of Alabama. For the second week in a row, the Wildcats will face a top 20 power out of the SEC. Tonight, it's the nemesis that has beaten Kentucky 31 times to that lone UK win in 1922. But there is a feeling in the air that this game will be different. A feeling that the Cats believe they not only can win, but they will win. Last week, the Wildcats faced #1 Florida and never backed down, scoring more points against the Gators than any team this season. Today, the coach believes, the players believe, the fans believe. It's time to roll back the clock and put Kentucky back on the front page.
Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, it's University of Kentucky Wildcat football. Tonight, it's the Kentucky Wildcats versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Ashland Incorporated and its family of companies, urging you to get involved and put the power of education to work. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, all-around coverage, all around Kentucky. By St. Joseph Hospital, since 1877, the science of medicine, the heart of compassion. By Kentucky Utilities, making electricity the answer. By Ohio Casualty Company, encouraging extra effort in the classroom for today's student athletes. By Porta Carports, the leader in steel garages and buildings. And by the Kentucky Lottery. Somebody's going to win. Might as well be you.
By your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer, home of the minivan store. By the Pepsi-Cola Company of Lexington, Generation Next. By Central Bank, Lexington's last great independent bank. By Bluegrass Airport, the sky's the limit. And by Kentucky's giant, Jones Auto Group in Cynthiana.
Last weekend, it was the Florida Gators, the defending national champ and the #1 ranked team in the country. Tonight, another football power rolls into Lexington, and one with all the tradition that you could ask for. A school that down through the years has won 12 national championships. Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, it's the Kentucky Wildcats against the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob Bromley, along with me, Derick Ramsey. And Derick, so much of the talk has been about quarterback Tim Couch, and rightfully so. But what about these receivers? What a job they have done getting open.
Oh, my goodness. When you think of 1,400 yards in 4 games, you have to wonder who's catching the ball. Here, #3, Craig East, 10 catches for 125 yards. He's 9th in the country in receptions now, averaging 7.5 yards per catch. He's having big numbers, but we can't stop there. Anthony White, tailback, who's caught 20 passes, in the top 10 receiving in the SEC, and so on and so forth. The wide receivers, this is a haven for the quarterback here. He's just kind of pitching out there, and these guys are reaping the benefits.
They have been sure-handed, and they have been able to get open. What about the Kentucky defense now? After giving up 55 last week against Florida, I think they want to come out tonight, Derick, and prove something here against the Tide. And, you know, last year down in Tuscaloosa, in a lot of ways, they played a pretty good ball game.
Well, you take away the 4th quarter in that thing, they played a really big ball game. Here, if you take a look here, he's being sacked by his linebacker here. Anthony watching these guys. They have Big Jacob there. He kind of goes in there, and I think you're going to see Watson coming around the corner here with this speed rush, which is awesome here. He's yet to have a sack this year, but he played mighty well against Alabama last year. The thing I see the Cats doing today is not getting those early turnovers and making something happen on defense. They want to make amends for what happened last week.
The Alabama defense is one of the best in the SEC, and they have 2 outstanding cornerbacks who will be put to the test tonight, Deshae Townsend and Fernando Bryant.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Those guys, 2 outstanding secondary guys. Fernando Bryant, 25, Deshae Townsend, #2. But it goes a lot past that. Outstanding defensive play by Chris Rudd, the defensive end, and these linebackers. The guys that left last year, now they got some more great ones back there. It's almost like an assembly line, if you would.
It's a great night for football here in Lexington, and we'll be back with the start of things in a moment as Kentucky goes against the Crimson Tide of Alabama.
Performance, it's my job. You need the right technology. You need the right skills. You need the right equipment. You need the right gasoline. And you need the right motor oil.
You need to use your 9-iron. Good thing he can drive.
Sitco says go.
Here at Porter Carport and Gray Steel Buildings, we have the building that you've been looking for. With our many different styles and sizes, with our Galvalume Triple Truss offering structural integrity and weather resistance. With our many different colors to match your existing structure in a durable baked-on enamel. With our specialized insulation and custom doors to fit your many needs. So come take a look at Porter Carports and Gray Steel Buildings. We've got the building you've been looking for.
Kroger announces the fall of milk prices. They've just dropped to an unbelievable $1.99 a gallon. Only $1.99 a gallon for Kroger homogenized 2% and skim milk.
Also on sale this week, California iceberg lettuce is only 58 cents. Frozen turkey breast is just 99 cents a pound. And get double manufacturer's coupons every day at Kroger.
So be sure to drop by Kroger this week.
Hi, I'm Yogi, General Manager of the Jones Auto Group, Kentucky's new car giant. We have over 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock. We've been serving Kentucky from Lexington to Louisville for over 25 years, so we're a name you can trust. We carry Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, Chevrolet, Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Nissan. Whatever car you're looking for, we probably have it. Give us a call.
Hi, I'm Jeff Pugh, General Sales Manager at Jones Auto Group, Cynthiana, Kentucky. I've got a lot of cars I need to move. You come on down and I'll make you the right deal.
Kentucky and Alabama meeting for the 34th time here in Lexington tonight. Dick Gabriel will be joining us from the sidelines. Let's get on to him right now. Dick?
All right, Rob, thanks very much. And, of course, so much has been said and written about Kentucky's passing game, but for Kentucky to pull off the upset tonight of Alabama, it's going to need a good effort from the running game. Earlier we talked with running backs coach Tony Franklin.
Tell me about your group as a unit and how they've progressed under this new offensive scheme.
I think they've progressed really well. Anthony White, is the oldest player that we have, being a sophomore, and has provided some good leadership. They have all come together. They've started to learn the scheme each and every week a little bit better, and each one of those guys have done a little bit better. Anthony has been the most productive, and Derek is coming on, had some great runs against Florida at the end of the ball game there. I think it helped his confidence a lot, and Kenneth had some good runs up at Indiana, so being able to rotate those guys in and out I think helps a lot, but each one of those guys has really come along, and we hope that Wendell will also be there eventually. We think that he will too, and A.J. Simon continues to do a great job blocking for us.
You've got a great defense you're running at this week. What can you get accomplished, or what do you have to get accomplished with your running backs?
Well, I think from here on out, each week is going to be a great defense, and I think, last week was Florida was a great defense, and Alabama is very close to that defense. The main thing we have to do is just be fundamentally sound. Each week we don't really stress that much about the quality of the competition as much as we do trying to do what we do right, and that's take care of the football, have good leverage on our blocks, and the running part's just a natural thing, so there's not much coaching to that. Those guys do that very well, or we wouldn't have recruited them.
All right, thank you, Dick. The opening kickoff is coming up. Stay with us. It's Kentucky against Alabama.
If children are a blessing, then grandchildren are truly a gift. They renew our hope, they recapture our youth. And as grandparents, you want to give them something in return. So perhaps you should consider giving your grandchildren life insurance from State Farm. It's a personal and flexible gift that you can add to as they grow, to help give them financial security for many years to come. Let your State Farm agent help you ensure that their days will be as bright as they made yours.
Hello, friends. Alan Purnell here. I want to make a point to you about water and country sausage. You know, a good garden needs lots of water to make it grow. Good country sausage doesn't need water. It needs to be made from the ham, shoulders, loins, and bacon, and seasoned with all natural spices. When you buy country sausage, check the ingredients. Here's ours, no water added. Some brands are watered down. Don't buy water. Buy real country sausage. Get Purnell's Old Folks, because it's good.
A lot of industry experts told us that the passenger side was the best place to add a third door. We got still more advice insisting that the driver's side was the only logical choice. But as you can see, we let it all go right in one ear and out the other. Introducing the new Dodge Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
Coming to the end of the 97 model year, the new 98s are arriving, so it's time to get your best deal at Freedom. 97 Dodge Intrepids have rebates up to $2,000, and we have 60 in stock. In fact, every 97 Dodge car has rebates up to $2,000. Choose from over 80 Dodge trucks, including the 98 Dodge Ram Quad Cab, or 98 Ram 1500 starting as low as $15,995. Remaining 97s or new arriving 98s. You'll get the deal you want at Freedom, New Circle Road and North Broadway.
Well, what a great night for football here in Lexington, Kentucky. The temperature reached up into the low 80s here in the afternoon, and it has cooled off now a little bit, and just a perfect evening as you see Tim Couch warming up down on the sidelines. Long-standing tradition of the races at Keeneland in the afternoon and Kentucky football at night. It has been going on for years and years, and that was the case today. Another capacity crowd, the third consecutive sellout for the Wildcats here in Commonwealth. Alabama won the toss, deferred to the second half, and A.J. Diaz kicks off as the Wildcats get the football first. This is Keough Sanford back over the 15 and can't find much running room as he's brought down at the 19-yard line. Our Shoe Carnival starting lineups for Kentucky: Derek Homer and Anthony White. Gary Davis getting the start at tight end tonight. Kevin Coleman and Keough Sanford, the wideouts. There's the offensive line. Jason Watts over the ball at center. Jonas Leaning and Mike Webster on his left, and John Schlarman and Chris Comstock on his right. Tim Couch directing an offense that is second in the nation in passing, averaging 378 yards per game. And the Wildcats will keep it on the ground on 1st and 10 as Anthony White gets the call and gets good yardage. He comes all the way up to the 28-yard line. Andre Short, the safety man, brought him down. And the Alabama defense, our Shoe Carnival lineups. Across the line, Chris Hood, Eric Curley at a tackle, Heath Banks, and Reggie Grimes. The linebackers, Travis Smith, Steve Harris, and Paul Pickett. And the secondary, Fernando Bryant, Kelvin Sigler, Andre Short, and Deshae Townsend. Second down, about a yard to go. Couch to the air, overthrown. Trying to get it out to Marvin Love over at the far side of the field, so Couch's first pass of the evening is incomplete. It'll bring up third down and about a yard.
Well, with Alabama's defensive scheme, you're going to see a lot of pressing by the corners there. You notice just the ball release, although it's a little bit high, Deshae Townsend was in pretty good shape for an immediate tackle.
Third down, the ball just shy of the 29-yard line. Going under center. Keep it on the ground, and a big hole for Anthony White. He's got the first down as he comes up to the 32. 1st and 10 Wildcats. First down of the evening. Kelvin Sigler, the safety man, who is tied for the team lead in tackles with 28, makes the stop.
Yeah, nice hole there, nice piece of blocking by the center and your right guard and your right tackle there. Nice little piece of running up in there. Take another quick look here. Just kind of finds a hole there. Outstanding block there by his right guard that John Schlarman just makes a man-hole there. And, of course, Chris Comstock does the thing on his guy.
1st and 10, Wildcats now with the ball marked between the 32 and 33-yard lines. And we've got markers dropped down the field. Let's see what this is. Referee tonight, Rogers Redding.
A dead ball foul, false start for an illegal snap. Against the offensive 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That'll move it back 5 yards. It'll be first down, 15 yards to go. Rogers Redding is the referee here tonight. Larry Leatherwood, the umpire. Bert Ackerman, the linesman. Line judge is Bob Patrick. The field judge, Robert Rougeau. The side judge, Billy Beckett. And the back judge is Ronnie Huggins. Johnny Crawford, the alternate here this evening. That's your SEC officiating crew. 1st and 15 as they move it back to the 28-yard line. Couch gets it away to White out of the backfield. Not too much running room as he comes up to the 30-yard line, and a host of white shirts right there to meet him, led by Paul Pickett. The linebacker, a senior out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Also, Alabama's made the adjustment early in the game. They say, we know that you guys throw the ball a whole bunch, so they've made the adjustment to go to nickel, which is 5 defensive backs.
interesting to look at what the percentage is running and passing for the Wildcats. In the air, 64%, and they're running it 36%. That's the way it stands through the first 4 games of the season. Second down, about 13. Craig East bobbled it, holds on, and he gets running room as he got away from Deshae Townsend over at the far side of the field. Nice move by Craig East.
Very, very nice move. Craig has been doing this all year. Little pitch and catch here, little button hook right there. We go. Now he juggles it here. Deshae Townsend, outstanding guy, one of the top secondary guys in the entire SEC. Craig East does his thing. You can see why this guy is 9th in the nation in reception.
Good gain up to the 45-yard line. A first down for the Wildcats. Second first down of the night. No score early in the first quarter as Couch swings it to Marvin Love. Into Alabama territory and down to the 47-yard line. Fernando Bryant, a fine cornerback out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, makes the stop, but another good gain on first down.
Yeah, what you're seeing to make up the difference is I still they have 5 secondary guys. They put Marvin Love either in a slot or they put him in a halfback. That makes the linebackers cover, so that way you get the mixed match that you want.
That was a gain of 8. Second down and 2 yards to go from the Bama 47. And it's Anthony White. First down, Kentucky, down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. The Wildcat offense rolling. Andre Short made the stop.
Well, you're going to see a little nice motion here by Mickelson coming inside here. Here he attracts everybody. Now just a nice little dump out to Anthony White, and he just makes things happen. Powers his way through there and almost runs over the other defender there. Good effort, Anthony White.
Third first down for the Wildcats. This drive started back at the Kentucky 19, and they have moved now to the Alabama 32. Theo Sanford takes a quick pass, makes his way down inside the 30 to the 29, 28-yard line. Travis Smith, junior out of Montgomery, makes the stop.
Well, when you run those screens kind of to the side, or in that case, the last one was a quick screen, you have those linebackers coming from inside. And all 3 of Alabama's linebackers run pretty well.
Ball is marked right between the 28 and 29-yard lines. Call it second down and about 7. Couch working out of the gun. Swings it out to East. He is met immediately by Deshae Townsend, and Spencer is right there to help him. But Deshae Townsend, the senior out of Batesville, Mississippi, had that one smelled out all the way.
Well, these 2 corners, Rob, are just outstanding secondary guys. And Fernando Bryant, number 25, and number 2, Deshae Townsend. With their experience, both guys are seniors here. They're kind of sniffing out a lot of things. Did a lot of film work. Saw that Kentucky throws the ball 64% of the time, so a lot of times they'll be up close.
That's how Kentucky shows on third down. Third in the Southeastern Conference. 44% is the Wildcat offense on third down. This is 3rd and 9. Intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Sigler, the junior automobile. And he's ridden out of bounds over at the far side of the field. Anthony White was the man who drove him out. A 19-yard return for Kelvin Sigler. This is a fellow who blocked a field goal last weekend against Southern Mississippi.
Well, here he just got a jam on the receiver. I can't get the receiver's name there, but he got jammed in there and wasn't able to get there, so Sigler picked this thing off. One of the things Kentucky cannot be able to afford to do is to allow themselves to make early turnovers in the game, a la University of Florida.
So on the turnover, Alabama gets it 1st and 10 at its own 44. Freddie Kitchens is the quarterback, and he'll throw on first down. Swinging it here to Dennis Riddle out of the backfield into Kentucky territory, down inside the 40. And finally driven out of bounds at the 36-yard line by Willie Gary, the safety man. So Alabama moves into Kentucky territory. Ed Sisson is the fullback. Dennis Riddle getting the start tonight at running back. Rod Rutledge, the tight end. Calvin Hall, the split end. Chad Goss, the flanker. Paul Hogan, the redshirt freshman, over the ball at center. Chris Samuels and Will Friend on his left, and Mookie Moore and Michael Ray on his right. That's your Shoot Carnival offensive lineup for the Crimson Tide of Alabama. They have it 1st and 10 at the Kentucky 36-yard line with 10:18 left to go in the first quarter. No score in the game. Turnover just a moment ago as Tim Couch was intercepted by Kelvin Sigler. Pitch back to Riddle. can't get away. Bob Holmberg was the man who finally finished him off. I think Lee Wesley had an initial shot at him, but Bobby Holmberg makes the tackle. Here's the Kentucky defense. Lamont Smith and Anthony Watson at the ends. Mark Jacobs and Marvin Major starting at the tackles. The linebackers, Snedeker, Holmberg, and Lee Wesley. And in the secondary, it's Tony Woods, Tremaine Martin, Willie Gary, the freshman, and Littleton Ward out of Lexington, Kentucky. Loss of about 3. Call it second down, 13. The Tide from the Kentucky 39. And whistles just as the ball is snapped. And let's see what we've got here. Our referee tonight, Rogers Redding, grew up in Georgetown, Kentucky, as I understand it. Worked in the Southwestern Conference.
Dead ball foul. False start against the offense. Movement in the offensive line prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, they move it back 5 yards now to the Kentucky 44. It will be second down and 18 at that point as Tim Couch awaits his next chance on the Kentucky sideline.
Well, that guy, Dennis Little, number 29, they really wanted to lasso that guy because if we go back to last year's game where he had 4 touchdowns, so of course you want to contain him.
Freddie Kitchens, the senior out of Atala, Alabama, back to throw. Looking here to the near side, and he's got Goss. That's a completion down at the 36. That was the original line of scrimmage. Chad Goss, a senior out of Warner Robins, Georgia.
Well, what Alabama's doing, rather than trying to get the entire 18 yards there, they picked up half of it. Now, on the third down, this allows you a lot of different things you can do rather than having to go way up the field for it. But good play call, good selection by Alabama's offense.
Third down, 10 yards to go from the 36, and this Kentucky crowd coming to its feet and urging on the Wildcat defense. Alabama on third down, 41%. Kitchens over the middle and incomplete, and Riddle pointing to Lee Wesley saying he was pushed. It falls incomplete, no flag.
Well, the Cats are looking to make, defensively, looking to make amends for last week, and this is how you do that. You come in, you put out the fire, you give your offense an opportunity to do something. Let's take another quick look at it here. Getting good push there from Marvin Major, Mark Jacobs here. Here he kind of step up, outstanding by Anwar Stewart, number 55, which really caused him to throw the ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
Well, Derek, this would be about a 53-yard field goal attempt, so the Tide is going to go for it. Mike DeBose making the decision to go for it on 4th and 10 from the Kentucky 36. Here we go. Riddle got away. Over the middle, tipped, incomplete. Fine play by Tony Woods, the junior out of Jeffersonville, Indiana, to reach up and tip it away.
Yeah, Freddie was successfully out of the pocket. They've been flushed out there. He actually had the option of running the ball or throwing the ball downfield. And just as he unloads this thing, Tony Woods, in the nick of time, just tips it up because for sure it's a first down here. As we take another look here, Freddie's kind of looking downfield here. Gets a little pressure there from the outside defensive end. Gets out here. Jacobs in the pursuit here. Throws it across his body. Oh, Goss had to slow down just a little bit. Oh, did a nice finish by Tremaine Martin, number 26.
Wildcats take over on downs. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 36. 8:25 left to go first quarter. There's no score in the game. Kentucky and Alabama here in Lexington. On the draw, Anthony White. All kinds of running room. And he breaks free inside the 35. All the way down to the 23-yard line. Fernando Bryant finally brought him down. A 40-yard run by Anthony White.
Now, that's one of the things Coach was concerned about, was getting that balanced attack here. Take another quick here. Got a big truck over here. Nice little move, nice block by Slaughter 65 here. And Anthony just kind of picks his way, trying to pick up some block. Come on, Keogh, get up here, take care of Fernando. Now Keogh tells him to cut back and make some things happen here. Nice run by White, but great blocking by his teammates downfield.
And this is the deepest penetration now for the Kentucky offense. On one play, they take it all the way to the 23 on a 40-yard run by Anthony White. Couch out of the shotgun. Incomplete, intended for Lance Mickelson right down to the goal line. The junior college transfer out of Utah.
Well, well, they're trying to take advantage also, not only out here in the flats, but always when you have 4 wide receivers, there's going to be a seam in which you could beat the safety on the post. Just kind of nice little wide outside the seam, then cut back underneath here. A little underthrown on that.
Tim Couch, who already has 17 touchdown passes on the season. That's the most since 1951. Babe Hurley holds the Kentucky record, 23. And it's Derek Homer inside the 10. And finally knocked out at the 3-yard line. The freshman out of Fort Knox on the receiving end, Derek Homer.
Well, Derek is just there. They want him to get into action, have something so positive because he's an excitable guy, very fast guy. Gets it out here and said, now, all this space, now I get to do something with it because before he's been bottled up here. Here's just a bit of tough running, nice reception.
And that's the 5th first down now for the Wildcats. They have it first and goal at the Alabama 3 with 7:40 left to go in the first quarter. That's how Kentucky has fared inside the 20-yard line. You can't do much better than that. 16 of 17. Anthony White takes the handoff, and he is stacked up at about the line of scrimmage. Reggie Grimes, the defensive end sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee, who moved to defense last season and was a pleasant surprise, makes the stop for Alabama.
Yeah, that was a nice play also by Eric Kelly, number 99, to get back there, submerge underneath his left guard there, and just kind of get back there and make some havoc, if you would.
Mike DeBose over on the far side of the field. A bit concerned at this point as Kentucky comes up second and goal at the Alabama 3. Theo Sanford in motion. Couch, and he'll be sacked. Back around the 13-yard line, it was Heath Panks, the senior out of Slidell, Louisiana. This is the young man who took the place of Michael Myers, who was declared ineligible because of contact with an agent. Heath Panks.
Yeah, he gets a nice push. So does Eric Curley here. Nice little run, nice little ride down. Bulldog takedown there, if you would, by Heath Panks. Getting a lot of good push from that defensive line, in particular the 2 tackles.
Loss of 11 as they mark it back at the 14, and that makes DeVos feel a little bit better, but third down now, 3rd and 14, and it's batted down to the line of scrimmage. It was either Grimes, yes it was, Reggie Grimes, the sophomore out of Nashville. So he comes up with a couple of plays here on this series, and Kentucky will have to go for 3.
Well, the Alabama traditionally always has an outstanding defense, and this year's no exception. They've lost some guys to the NFL last year, but they're coming back with that assembly line and some outstanding players again.
Brian Johnson still bothered by that pulled muscle. It'll be Seth Hansen, the freshman out of Dallas. Ball spotted down at the 20. It's a 30-yard field goal attempt. It is good. Seth Hansen, the freshman kicker, gives Kentucky the lead. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the Wildcats lead Alabama 3-0.
We interrupt your busy day to bring you a sigh of relief. Introducing new Ford Choice, the easiest way yet to get the most for your money. Now you can get Ford Escort with these standard features starting at just $11,695. Ford Contour with all these standard features starting at $14,995. Or Ford Taurus with these standard features starting at $18,795. It's that easy with new Ford Choice. We now return you to your regularly scheduled chaos.
Could it be? Yes, it's Coach Hell Mommy! Here, the shop at Super America!
The question is, will there be non-stop action?
Yes! He passes the coffee! He pitches the potato chips! He launches the lunch meat!
Ooh. Only then does he do a quick hit into the line to pay the price! Did you fuel up, Coach?
Yeah, couldn't pass it up. Super America. We never stop, either.
Come on in. Walk through the Melbourne Mills Law Office waiting room with me. It's all new. You never have to wait very long to see your lawyer here. But if you happen to be early for your appointment, now you have a nice place to wait. Even though we have a nice office, the Mills Law Office isn't expensive. We only charge a percentage fee, and we only collect it when you get your settlement. The Melbourne Mills Law Office, the name you know, the quality representation you deserve.
Call the Melbourne Mills Law Office and call soon after you get hurt.
Advance Auto Parts presents part number 64. Tom, head of PDQ.
Hey, groovy guy, I'm looking for a
exhaust gas recirculation valve for my 76 Cordoba.
If you need hard-to-find parts, it doesn't matter what model or even what decade your car is from. With PDQ, you'll usually get the part overnight. Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
A 30-yard field goal by Seth Hansen has given the Kentucky Wildcats a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. But, Derek, when you get it down on the 3-yard line, first and goal, you like to get it in the end zone.
Absolutely, against the University of Alabama. Their team, they're solid defense. Offense kind of scores on the turnovers that the defense does. So when you get down there, you have to put that stake in the heart.
Here's the kick now by Mark Samuel, all the way back to the goal line. And a big return as it's brought on across the 40-yard line. Good job by Fernando Bryant as he took it right back at the goal line, and he gives Alabama outstanding field position just across the 40. Look into the near side hash mark here and mark it at the 42.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of missed tackles here, although some good blocks here, but here he just couldn't get that number here. Get the guy pinned inside there, and then it's just kind of up the field here. Outstanding kick returner, knows what to do with the ball.
Now the Tide offense gets it for the second time tonight. First and 10, the Tide from its own 42. And a big hole for Curtis Alexander, and look at him go. He's gone. All the way for the touchdown, a 58-yard run. The senior out of Memphis, Tennessee, just absolutely explodes. And Alabama has taken the lead on one play. Curtis Alexander gets his 4th touchdown of the year, and here it is again.
Good block by his guards here. Will Francis has got a nice block here by his tackle. And here, just the deep secondary split, and he just goes to the end zone here. He's gone. And of course, the corner's trying to converge in that thing, but from their position, they're out of place. You know, so far, Curtis Alexander is 36 for 140 yards, and now 4 TDs.
Brian Cunningham converts the extra point. The Tide tacks on one more. The junior out of Birmingham, who has been perfect on the season, kicks it through the uprights, and Alabama takes a lead just like that. As Kentucky is hit with a rocket in the name of Curtis Alexander, the senior, who has really had an injury-plagued career. He was injured so much in 1995. In 1996, he started the first 4 games, then broke his wrist and played sparingly after that. Came back during the spring and won the starting job. And he came in here tonight with 142 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. He adds his 4th, and it is a big one on a 58-yard run for Mike DeBose's team.
Well, one of the things Coach DeBose said going into this, they were going to get back to Alabama football, which means run first, run second, run third, and if you don't have to punt, maybe we'll throw a pass in the 4th down. But going back to the last possession that Kentucky had, when you're inside the 3-yard line, be it against Alabama, Florida, Vanderbilt, whomever, you have to get 7 points rather than coming away with 3.
Number 3, Craig East. Number 6, Theo Sanders. Number 42, Derek Homer.
So now A.J. Diaz, the left-footed kicker out of Miami, will kick off for Alabama. Craig East is back deep along with Derek Homer and Keo Sanford. It's Homer to the near side of the field, Sanford to the far side, and there's Craig East right in the middle. 5:52 to go, first quarter. Alabama 7, Kentucky 3.
Well, the players all week were so emotional about this. They felt that they didn't play very well against the University of Florida. Although offensively they put up 28 points, which is the most points of any opponent against the University of Florida this year. But they said they want to make some things happen. They want to control. They want to dominate early. So.
And now we're set to go. And now we've got another whistle. Hold everything. Not quite yet. Here goes Diaz with the left foot. Keo Sanford about 3 yards deep, and very wisely, he'll go down on one knee and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line with a Wildcat offense. Will go to work first and 10.
First and 10 for Kentucky at the 20.
Well, Keo hadn't really felt many balls this year. And on the kickoff returns, he's averaging about 18 yards. Take a look at Tim. He's off to a good start there, except for that interception. That's one that he had a misread with his wide receiver. He got pushed in too far.
Wildcats Wildcats have had it in Alabama territory twice. First drive ended on an interception by Kelvin Sigler. And the second resulted in a field goal, a 30-yard field goal by Seth Hansen to account for Kentucky's 3 points. Handed off to White. Chris Hood, the defensive end. Junior out of Town Creek. Alabama makes the tackle, and now that's Hood who comes up limping.
Yeah. Well, they had a nice little set short there. It was a little short draw by the tailback there. And then Chris Comstock is trying to set it over the pass, and he wasn't going for any of that. Goes down the line and makes a good play.
Well, that's not a good sign for Alabama. Chris Hood, probably their best defensive lineman. Second down, about 8. Nicholson's got it, and he's got a Kentucky first down up to the 34-yard line. Bailey, the cornerback, makes the tackle for Alabama, the freshman out of Tuscaloosa, homegrown talent.
Nicholson's made some outstanding plays. Take a look at this one here. He just kind of goes down there. Nice little hook here. Now he turned around just under the corner there. And at that point, he turns it up. In the first couple games, touchdown each week. So he's been playing well so far.
First and 10 Wildcats at their own 34. And here goes White again on the handoff, squirting his way up to the 38-yard line, but that's all.
White, the Kentucky ball carrier, brought down on the play by number 14.
Well, you're getting to see a bunch of draws because what usually happens is these guys are up the field so fast, so you just kind of replace them with the halfback. And the linebackers, I guess they thought were kind of running and trying to cover the slot area there because the receivers are running down the seam, so they're trying to take away that, but it seems to have kind of settled down a little bit.
White comes out. Derek Homer now the running back, standing back there along with Tim Couch. Receivers set to both sides of the field. Second down, about 6 from the 38. And it's batted down. Ooh, I'll tell you, he really got up. Trevis Smith, the linebacker, came hard, the junior out of Montgomery. He has 4 sacks this season to lead the team. We talked about Kentucky's receivers, and of course Craig East, who is now up to 31 catches on the season. But look at that list.
Yeah. Oh, boy, you'd love to be a receiver on this team, I tell you.
Alabama came in here tonight. I think their leading receiver was Jackson with, what, about 9 catches?
Yeah.
Couch to the air on 3rd down and 6, and he got it away to Homer. Homer's got the first down. He's into Alabama territory and breaks free to the outside, inside the 30. Cut off down to the 10-yard line. No, he goes all the way in for the touchdown. Derek Homer would not be denied.
Well, since training camp, Hal Mummy has just been so excited about this kid because of his great speed. He broke all kind of records in the state of Kentucky last year as Mr. Football, and so you want to get this guy in the game. Here, Tim just kind of step, nothing there. Oh, let me dump it out to Mr. Homer over here. And from here, the young guy goes to the outside there, cut back. Nice little hurdle step there. Watching Keo Sample here, and then just cuts back across field. 10-5, 100-meter guy. This guy can run, and he's going to take it. Nice little block by receiver that Craig East down the field there. Just nice little step, just enough to take him into the end zone.
Great moves by Derek Homer. The extra point is through the uprights, and Kentucky has jumped in front. On the touchdown run by Derek Homer. 3:57 left to go first quarter. Kentucky leads Alabama 10-7.
What would happen if every time a child said, "I don't get this," or "This is too hard," or "I can't do this," there was someone behind them to say, "I believe in you"? Ashland Incorporated and its family of companies urge you to get involved and support higher academic standards in your schools. Because nothing happens until someone cares.
I'm grateful that Michael Garcia is in our lives.
State Farm, Mike Garcia speaking.
We had a house fire, a house burned.
That was a tough day.
They didn't treat us as a policyholder, they treated us as a neighbor, as a friend.
I gave him a check right away. We went from there to putting the pieces back together.
He's not a hero in the sense of a sports hero or a movie star. He's a quiet hero.
He looks out for everyone in the neighborhood.
It's gone from being a slogan to really being my way of life.
What's behind the biggest truck event of the year? One Tough Truck. And right now, during the One Tough Truck event, you can get one tough Chevy Blazer for just $299 a month. And Now, your Chevy dealers also have their biggest selection of Tahoes and Suburbans ever, and that means big savings. You want the most dependable, longest-lasting truck? You ought to get behind a Chevy. During the One Tough Truck event, your Chevy is ready. Get it at your local Chevrolet dealer.
They say travel is broadening. That's why I'm taking a cruise. But to make sure I'm not too broad to board, I'm shaping up to ship out. By drinking Southern Belle All-Natural Ultra Skim. It tastes great, yet is fat-free. So when I wear my Ultra Skin Fit swimsuit, I will not be the butt of jokes.
Try Southern Belle All-Natural Ultra Skim Fat-Free Milk.
Exhibit your good taste.
And we hope you'll join us for our next broadcast from right here at Commonwealth Stadium. Northeast Louisiana comes into Commonwealth to challenge the Wildcats. We'll have all the action right here on the University of Kentucky Football Television Network Saturday, October 18th. And once again, we'll be under the lights here at Commonwealth. Al Mummy talking to his offensive unit following that 62-yard pass play from Tim Couch to Derek Homer. So Couch now has 18 touchdown passes on the season. But what an electrifying run it was by Homer. Little split kick, fumbled around, and Fernando Bryant finally has it. And he comes charging back upfield all the way to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good change of pace there after kicking it down there to the end zone last year, and you ran it out to almost the 50-yard line. So we're going to squib this thing, make these guys in front handle. And as you saw, the wedge guy couldn't handle it, and it finally got back to Fernando Bryant.
Alabama fell behind initially 3-0, rocketed into the lead on the big run by Curtis Alexander at 58 yards, but Kentucky now has bounced back on Derek Homer's reception. A 62-yard play. It's 10-7 Wildcats. First and 10 tied from the 30. Riddle in motion. And they come in now with Lance Tucker at quarterback on the third series of the game. This is what they have done throughout the season. Senior out of Fayette, Alabama, who has completed 13 of 26 this year for 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has not thrown an interception. It's a young man who played for his father in high school, Walden Tucker, at Fayette County High School in Alabama. State record holder in passing yards, attempts, completions, and touchdowns. Hands it off to Curtis Alexander. He carries it up to about the 33-yard line. Jeff Snedeker rides him down right there for the Cats.
Boy, have we heard that name a lot this year. Snedeker's a very, very active linebacker. In the past 4 games, he's had some huge games, going back to Indiana games. So they're looking for a big thing out of him tonight.
Gain of about 3. Third down, 7 yards to go. Tucker out of the gun, throwing to the near side, and he's got his man. It's complete to Calvin Hall. Littleton Ward comes up, though, and makes the tackle. It is shy of a first down, I believe. They mark it just across the 40-yard line. Now they've marked it up a little closer than I would have thought, and I think they're going to bring the chains on from the far side of the field.
Yeah, I think it's a smidgen shy there. Depends on whether they get that left foot mark or that right foot mark by the official.
So we'll get our first measurement of the night.
That's
and they stretch out the chain, and sure enough, it's short by inches.
Well, here, Littleton Ward just kind of settles back here, trying to make sure he got to catch anything under him. And then he kind of comes in to finish the guy. Oh, well, yeah, you got a good spot on that thing.
It's 4th down at Alabama here. Let's see what the Tide will do. Apparently they'll go.
Well, DeBose feels this thing could get away early, so he's going to take some chances early in the game. And so now this is when the defense, if you want to make men, now's the time to step up and do it.
And again, this Wildcat crowd coming to its feet, urging on the Kentucky defense. 4th down and inches. Alabama has it right at its own 40-yard line. And Tucker trying to get it on the quarterback sneak. You can see Lee Wesley indicating there he did not get it. It just all depends where they mark the football.
Yeah, they mark from that Christian's left foot. They've gotten it.
Yeah, he's definitely advanced it, and he didn't have to move it very much.
Yeah.
And I'd say they've got the first down, although I believe we'll have another measurement. Yes, we will. Mike DeBose in his first season as the the Alabama head coach. He's the first native Alabamian to ever coach the Tide. Bear Bryant was native of Arkansas. 44 years old, played under the Bear from 1972 to 74. Won a national championship in 1973. His record as an Alabama player, 32-4-0, 3 SEC titles, and a national title. And you can see the indication there by our referee, Rogers Redding. It is an Alabama first down. First and 10 tied at the Alabama 41.
Well, just listen to the crowd. You can kind of get a gist of it. The crowd is just in every waning moment, just waiting for something to happen, anticipating.
2:33 left to go here in the quarter. Alabama keeps it on the ground to Riddle, and no running room at all as Bob Holmberg comes up to make the stop.
I'll tell you, Riddle comes from great bloodlines. His uncle, John Stallworth, the Hall of Fame receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this guy is definitely an outstanding bloodline of playing football.
This is second down and 9, and again, not much running room for Curtis Alexander. Bob Holmberg again on the stop. It'll be third down coming up. Holmberg, who played every game last season, backing up Mike Schnellenberger. He has really come into his own.
Certainly has. Yeah, and also beats the tight end Rob Rutledge there to make that play behind the line of scrimmage.
Alabama 0 for 2 on third down. Here's Tucker throwing it to the far side of the field, and Goss has got it. Alabama gets the first down. Oh, Tucker was in trouble. Tony Woods over there on the coverage, but Goss, Chad Goss, the senior out of Warner Robins, Georgia, on the receiving end, and we got a penalty marker down over at the far side of the field. Let's see what this is.
Oh, that should be pass interference against Goss there. I'll tell you, he just blatantly pushed his guy, and that would have been intercepted. So, good play. This way you go for a fourth down here. Go for fourth down. Go ahead and punt this thing, or have an interception there.
Well, offside against the defense. We have pass interference against the offense. The penalty's offset. Replay, third down.
Well, penalties on both teams. Offside against the Cats, pass interference against the Tide. And Alabama will get another crack now at third down and 8 from the 43 with 1:30 left to go in the first period. Kentucky leading Alabama 10-7 here in Lexington. Tucker under a rush. Got it away to Riddle, and Lee Wesley is there to throw him down. The Wildcats getting a strong pass rush, and then Lee Wesley is right there on Riddle.
Excellent stand home by the linebackers. What Alabama was doing, got a double stream, pumps it to the left, then he tries to find Riddle out here, and he finally finds him over here, but Wesley stayed home, used the sideline as a friend here, and just rolled him to the sideline. Excellent play. Hard guy to get down the open field.
Daniel Polk now in the game to punt it away, standing back at his 30-yard line. He's picking to Keo Sanford, and this is a booming kick. Sanford will let it go, and hits down at the 4 and goes into the end zone. Now to come back out of the 20-yard line, and the Wildcats will go to work right there. First down and 10 yards to go with only 41 seconds now left to go in this first period. Be sure to join us every Saturday at noon, the Hell Mummy Show. Derick Ramsey and I will be along right here on the University of Kentucky Football Television Network. That's the Hell Mummy Show, Saturday. And a look at just part of this capacity crowd here on a wonderful October evening in Lexington, Kentucky. Alabama and the Wildcats. Handoff goes to White. Good running room over the 30. That's a Kentucky first down.
Well, the offensive line is just doing an outstanding job there. Big number 67, Mike Webster, just handling his guy. But the thing that's most impressive is you look through this thing here. Nice little underhand here. Gets outside. Good blocker by Webster to free his guy. But then receivers, Craig East downfield. Marvin Love downfield. The things you see is what makes these guys break these big runs like the last run that Derek Homer had.
Gain of 12. First and 10 at the 32. Hand off to Derek Homer. Nowhere to go.
Number 40.
real quick draw is what you're seeing. At the end of the first quarter here, Kentucky leads 10-7.
Now time runs out in the first period, and the Wildcats have had the better of it in the first period. Kentucky 10, Alabama 7.
University of Kentucky Healthcare is known for its state-of-the-art facilities, some of America's leading physicians, and doctors who practice what they teach. But it all starts with primary care for you and your family. And whether you need a simple checkup or highly specialized care, we do it all. UK Healthcare. Why turn to anyone else?
Autumn is upon us, and Kentucky is known for its spectacular fall colors and its fall fishing. Now is the time to head down to Lake Cumberland and enjoy it all in the comfort of your own luxury houseboat. Forever Resorts has trips available for 3, 4, or 7 nights on a luxury houseboat that sleeps up to 10 people with all the conveniences of home. Call 1-800-225-5561 and take advantage of our great fall rates. Why leave the state when you can have the beauty of Kentucky in the fall with Forever Resorts?
It's coming to the end of the 97 model year. The new 98s are arriving, so it's time to get your best deal at Freedom. At North Broadway, every 97 Neon, Cirrus, Breeze, Concord, and LHS have up to $2,000 in Chrysler rebates. 97 Sebring Coupes have up to $1,500 cash back, and summer closeouts on 97 Sebring convertibles. 20 available with $1,000 in first-time factory rebates. Remaining 97s or new arriving 98s. You'll get the deal you want at Freedom.
The people of Lexington value their independence. That's why more and more of them want an independent bank. Do you value independence? Central Bank, Lexington's last great independent bank.
The first half of tonight's game brought to you by Ashland Incorporated and its family of companies, including Super America and Valvoline. End of the first quarter, start of the second quarter here in Lexington, Kentucky, as the sun is now completely down. Fading away in the west, it's Kentucky 10, Alabama 7. Wildcats with the football. They have it second down and 8 at their own 34-yard line as they break the huddle. East and Love come here to the near side. Keogh, Sanford, and Coleman over to the far side of the field as Tim Couch will work out of the shotgun on second down. Couch to the near side to East, trying to pick up a few blockers. He fumbled the ball. Still loose. Alabama's got it. Hanks, Heath Banks, falls on the football for the Tide. And we've got what?
Well, I think they called down, or that's going to be the deciding factor. I think the ball was down there is what they're saying.
The runner was ruled down at this spot right here. Kentucky retains the ball.
All right, the Wildcats hang on to it. Let's take another look at it here.
Well, you get a nice look here. Get this thing underneath here, and then Craig just kind of comes in. Nice block there by Marvin Love. Jason Watts, 57 down the field here. Let's take a look to see if he's down there. Well, the knee's down. Although the ball kind of squirts out from the other side there. Good effort by Craig East.
Well, it looked as though the ball squirted loose. First and 10 Wildcats at the 44-yard line. Kentucky retains possession. Opening moments of the second quarter. Anthony White on the ground. He's stacked up right at the 45-yard line and pushed back. Clint Wegener, the sophomore out of Fairburn, Georgia. Defensive end makes the stop for the Tide.
Alabama's defensive line year in and year out is very, very stingy. This year, no different.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Wildcats right at their own 45-yard line, leading in the game, 10-7 here in the first half. Couch throwing long over the middle, trying to get it to Yeast, just overthrown off his fingertips. Alabama with double coverage there. Deshae Townsend, number 2, and Kelvin Sigler, number 20. Well, make it third down and 9.
Now, Kentucky House said they were going to put the ball up the field a little bit more. If you go back to the Florida game or throughout the entire season, they've hit a lot of short passes. This time they want to go up there and see just what these guys can do.
Wildcats 2 of 4 on third down conversions. This is third down, 9 yards to go. Wildcats from their own 49-yard line. Couch throwing to the far side this time, and overthrown. Kevin Coleman, the intended receiver. So the Cats will have to give it up. Last week, you'll recall, the Wildcats falling behind the Florida Gators in the first quarter by a score of 28-0. But look at the rest of the game. The way Kentucky hung in and fought back, actually outscored the Gators by a point the rest of the way.
Yeah. Well, one of the things Alabama's doing, I said earlier in their last possession, Alabama had 5 guys in secondary. Now they've gone to what we call the dime package, 6 defensive backs.
Jimmy Carter to punt it away, averaging 39.5 yards. A spiraling kick. This is Arvin Richard from about the 20. Gets running run to the far side of the field. Comes up across the 30-yard line and across the 35. We'll break away for a moment. 13:20 left to go in the second quarter. Kentucky leads Alabama 10-7.
Some of the most admired cars you'll see are owned by the guys who know cars best. They're ASC certified master mechanics, and the #1 brand of motor oil these guys use in their own cars and trucks is Valvoline, makers of Durablend, the leading semi-synthetic for a cleaner engine due to better control of harmful deposits. So use the oil the mechanics who take care of your car use to take care of theirs. Valvoline. People who know use Valvoline.
They were growing in number with every second that passed. First there were just a few, but now they were everywhere. I did the only thing I could do. I ran like the wind to the nearest place that sold Kentucky Lottery instant games.
One ticket. What are you waiting for? Kentucky Lottery instant games offer lots of money and lots of winners.
Am I the only one left? Somebody's gonna win. Might as well be you.
Hey, I'm going to McDonald's. You want anything?
Yeah, give me a Big Mac and fries.
Hey, did somebody say McDonald's? Coffee and a cheeseburger.
A number 3, and supersize it.
There, cheeseburger, apple pie, Coke, and you have call line 7.
Sorry, fell in the mailroom. Look, we need 4 Big Macs. Could you hurry, please? Thanks.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
The most trusted, doctor-preferred magnetic resonance imaging center in central Kentucky.
We're MRI Associates.
Convenient.
Located in downtown Lexington, open 6 days a week. We accept all insurance carriers.
Professional.
The latest, most modern technology available to you. Courteous care and a comfortable surrounding. The strength of 5 board-certified radiologists.
See why more doctors trust us.
We're MRI Associates, the complete MR Center.
With a capacity crowd looking on here at Commodore Stadium, there's your score. Into the second period now. Kentucky leads Alabama 10-7. And we got an official's timeout on the field right now as Alabama will re-huddle. Alabama into this game with a record of 3-1, Derek. A season-opening victory over Houston, 42-17. They shut out Vanderbilt 20-0. Then lost to Arkansas 2 weeks ago, 17-16. Game in which they started 3 freshmen on their offensive line. Now, Mike DeBose has gone back to his more experienced players. And a victory over Southern Miss last week, 27-13. There is the matchup on the offensive line. Bama outweighing the Cats by 10. Look at the advantage on the defensive line.
Yeah. Well, also, 1 week ago was when Coach DeBose said, we're going to get back to Alabama football. They were trying to throw the ball a lot more than they were accustomed to doing. But also, one of the things I think he realizes also is that he was a new coach, so the guys had to understand his scheme. Had this guy come in from the NFL, and they're trying to implement the pass up the field a lot more. So he said, no, guys, we're going back to what we've done. Our tradition has been built on, and that's running the football.
Bruce Arians, who came over from the New Orleans Saints, the new offensive coordinator of the Crimson Tide. Alabama goes on offense, 1st and 10 at the 36. And it's Freddie Kitchens back in at quarterback. And we've got Sean Alexander into the ball game now for the first time. Sean Alexander, the sophomore out of Florence, Kentucky, went to Boone County High School. Young man who ran for 6,657 yards in his Kentucky high school career, scored 110 touchdowns up at Boone County. He suffered a sprained foot against Southern Mississippi, and we didn't know just how much he would play here tonight, but he is in now for this series.
Well, and Coach DuBose just loves this guy. He thinks he's something special here.
Here he goes again. He's close to the first down, and I believe he's got it with some good extra effort. Lee Wesley on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Right, as you mentioned, Rob, they thought that he wasn't going to get to play. It was a day-to-day issue. As late as yesterday, they weren't sure whether he was going to play or not. And but when you come back home, before you're home, folks, a lot of people are concerned since he had left the state of Kentucky to go to Alabama. So you get an opportunity to show why I went to Alabama, and I want to show the home folks that I'm still alive and doing well on Tuscaloosa.
Going to have our third measurement of the night. And by about the length of the football, it is an Alabama first down. Fourth first down of the game for the Crimson Tide. Sean Alexander is the Tide's leading rusher coming in here this evening. He had run for 201 yards coming in tonight at 99 against Houston, 66 last weekend against Southern Mississippi. First and 10 Tide at their own 47 with 12:22 left to go in the half. Goss in motion here to the near side. And Alexander threw a hole into Kentucky territory. He's got another first down on a 12-13-yard run for the sophomore, Andre Hayslip. Freshman out of Orlando, Florida, makes the stop for the Wildcats, but Sean Alexander on the move and not showing any signs of that sprained foot.
Not at all. Nice block there by Michael Ray, number 62. Sean kind of slides through there and just kind of rumbles along here.
It's at the Kentucky 37-yard line, beg your pardon, 42-yard line. First and 10 for Alabama. Kitchens running out of the pocket. Inside the 35, brought down from behind, but not until he gets down to the 28-yard line. Anwar Stewart got him from behind, the sophomore from Panama City, Florida. Good job of scrambling here by Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, well, Freddie's a big guy, 6'3" and 230. He's like a fullback size here. Sees the thing wide open. Just kind of open there. The linebackers got their backs turned. And, of course, the corners are looking to see what's happening downfield.
And I did not see a marker. We had a penalty marker down called against the Wildcats. It is, of course, declined. And it's first down, Alabama, down at the Kentucky 28. Sean Alexander threw another good hole and good running room again as he busts it forward down to the 21 before Tremaine Martin makes the stop.
Well, Alabama's starting to play their kind of football. Not throwing the ball up the field, just handing off the ball in this big line here. Nice little pull there by the left guard, Will Friend, to make some things happen there. And then Sean just kind of followed this guy and danced up in the hole a little bit. But this is Alabama football. Power SEC football.
That was a gain of 7, second down and 3 at the Kentucky 21. And not this time. Jeff Snedeker closes up the hole and closes it quickly. Well, Sean Alexander has been the real workhorse on this series, but Jeff Snedeker is snuffing out that play. Former quarterback out of the state of Ohio, runner-up for Mr. Football honors in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, but the key to that thing was number 68 there, Thad Corbin, to push his guy back there and allow Jeff Snedeker to come underneath and nail this thing.
Loss of 3, back to the 24. It's third down and 6 yards to go. And Freddie Kitchens is going to call a timeout. Brought him up to the line, saw something he did not like, and the Tide will talk it over with 10:10 left to go in the first half, and Kentucky leading Alabama here at Commonwealth Stadium, 10-7.
The peregrine falcon searches for the perfect place to nest and raise its young, a place that's both safe and comfortable. If you're living in KU country, you've already found the perfect place. You just need the safety and comfort of an all-electric home. And with KU's low electric rates, you'll have money left over to feather your nest. So when the nesting instinct hits you, make it an all-electric home. Anything else is for the birds. Kentucky Utilities Company, making electricity the answer.
Life isn't just measured in days or years. It's measured in doorways and walkways, or a favorite sweater, long outgrown. At State Farm, we give our policyholders a yardstick of their own. It's called the Family Insurance Checkup. It helps them measure their own needs and pick the coverage that's right for them. So call your agent for a checkup, because insurance, like other things in life, is something you never want to outgrow.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In some commercials, they use fake stuff instead of food to make it look perfect, like plaster instead of muffins, lard instead of ice cream, and glue instead of cheese. Well, this is real chicken. Tasty Lee's famous recipe chicken. And it doesn't need some fancy stunt chicken to make it look good.
Now at Lee's famous recipe, get free tea with a 10-piece family meal for just $12.99.
Low interest.
Cash back.
Low lease.
You want a new minivan, and we want to sell you one. It's that simple. At Chrysler and Plymouth, we want what you want. And now, during the Chrysler and Plymouth model year clearance, there are big savings on the minivan you want. Get $1,000 cash back on Chrysler Town & Country, and up to $2,330 in total values on select Plymouth Voyagers. Savings on the biggest selection of award-winning minivans. The Chrysler and Plymouth model year clearance, because we want what you want. It's that simple.
We invite you to listen to The Big Blue Line every Monday night on the University of Kentucky Radio Network. Coach Al Mummy along with Tom Leach. 7 o'clock Eastern, across the state, The Big Blue Line. Listen to it on the University of Kentucky Radio Network. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to go, second quarter. Kentucky 10, Alabama 7. Rob Bromley along with Derick Ramsey and Dick Gabriel here at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington. Kentucky took the early lead on a field goal by Seth Hansen. Then an electrifying 58-yard run by Curtis Alexander put Alabama on top. The Wildcats came back with a 62-yard pass play from Tim Couch to Derek Homer to retake the lead. Now Alabama has it down at the Kentucky 24, third down and 6. Big play for the Tide offense as Kitchens brings them up. Incomplete. It was intended for Calvin Hall, a sophomore out of Gallatin, Tennessee, who had a touchdown catch last weekend against Southern Miss. Well, Hall will bring up fourth down.
Hall was trying to find a hole in his own area, and he hooked up, but Freddie Kitchen threw on the backside of him there. Had plenty of room, could have easily made the first down.
All right, this is Brian Cunningham. He is 7 of 9 on the year in the field goal department. His longest kick, 48 yards. He has had 2 blocks. Lance Tucker will hold. Spotted down to the 31-yard line. It'll be a 41-yard field goal attempt by Brian Cunningham. It is wide. No good.
Well, Kentucky defense holds. Now it's up to the offense. But continually, the past couple of times here, Kentucky's defense is held. Now Kentucky's offense needs to get back on track here.
Alabama took it down to the Wildcat 24 and comes away empty-handed. Stay tuned at halftime for the Valvoline at the half report with halftime stats, highlights of the first half, and a very special report from Larry Ivy on UK ticket sales. That's Valvoline at the half. Coming up shortly. But we've still got 10 minutes exactly left to go in this second quarter. And the Wildcats maintain their lead here, 10-7 over Alabama.
As this game has been built up to be, Alabama, of course, with all their tradition. Now Kentucky's trying to start its tradition with Tim Couch and his outstanding receivers. So you got the air raid against an awesome defense. So it's a great matchup for football.
This is how the Wildcats shape up in the Southeastern Conference. The #1 passing offense, second in first down, second in turnover ratio, third and fourth down conversions. Remember, Tim Couch threw for a school record 398 yards against Louisville right here on this field in the opener. Later had 39 completions against Mississippi State. First and 10 from the 24. Marvin Love took the football and then took a hit from Fernando Bryant. Fernando Bryant, a 22-game starter for for the Tide, has not missed a game since his freshman year. Came in here tonight with 2 interceptions, 5 in his career. And he delivers the hit.
Oh, does he ever. Ball blowout. You know
Marvin
what?
Love is rocked back.
What you're saying is these secondary guys, they will come up and knock your lights out.
Loss of a yard. And they hand it off on the draw here to Anthony White. He stretches forward across the 30-yard line up to the 31. Tony Dixon, the safety man, a freshman out of Reform, Alabama, makes the stop.
Well, we'll take another quick look here. Nice little speed draw here. Good block by Jason Watson, number 57, to put his guy down there. Nice piece of running by Anthony. The offensive line, you saw Watts there. He's saying, damn, I should have drove him further.
Third down, 3 yards to go. It's at the Kentucky 31 with 8:54 to go in the half. The draw again. And White trying to find his way and reach the first down stick, but I believe he is just shy. Eric Kelly, the left side defensive tackle, a senior out of Birmingham, makes the stop for Alabama. And the crowd right now urging Hal Mumme to go for it. It will be 4th down. Hal has been a gambling kind of guy here in the early season. I'd say it's about a half yard. Tim Couch looks to the sidelines to get the play. Plenty of time on the play clock. It's now down to 14 seconds, and they're going to send Jimmy Carter on. They'll give it up. They won't gamble here with a 3-point lead and 8 minutes to go in the half.
Right. You know, last week there, Kentucky got behind early, so of course they had to take these chances. Now
they're not going to get it off. They're going to have to call a timeout, and I don't know if they did in time or not. Did they get the timeout? No, they did not. The penalty marker goes down here at the other side of the field. That'll cost him 5 yards.
There is no foul. White team called timeout before the 25-second clock expired. We have timeout, Alabama. Their second timeout.
Alabama called the timeout.
Well, they had 12 guys on the field is what they had there, and they were just trying to duck that big bullet.
It'll still be 4th down. It'll still be about a half yard to go, and Jimmy Carter will still be in there to punt it. Let's get out of the field to Dick Gabriel. Dick?
Rob, some injury problems on the Kentucky defense. Anthony Watson with that shoulder bruise from last week bothering him a bit this week. He's missed a couple of series. And Bama Dele Alli with, they think, a bruised knee. It's had some problems with that left knee, so that's 2 of Kentucky's better pass rushers who have missed a few plays here in the second quarter. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Back upstairs.
Thank you, Dick. And you're looking there at Shea Townsend and Jimmy Carter, who will do the punting. Dick mentioned Bama Dele Alli, has been known as Dele Alli, but this week, Derek, he changed it. He will be known from now on by his full first name, which is Bama Dele.
Okay. When you have 4 sacks and a whole bunch of pressures, I'll call him Mr. Bama Dele Alli if that's what he wants. I'm accommodating when it comes to those defensive linemen.
Carter standing just inside his own 20-yard line. For the near sidelines, and Shea Townsend comes over and makes a fair catch down at about the 29. With the Kentucky defenders breathing right down on him, Alabama will take over there. First down, 10 yards to go.
Well, that's a nice mixture by Jimmy Carter there. A couple ones he drove down the field, and then angle one to the right sideline, this time to the left sideline. You have to keep a guy in Shea Townsend off balance.
Freddie Kitchens will be the quarterback, and Sean Alexander will be in there at the running back spot. Sean Alexander scored his first collegiate touchdown last year against the Wildcats, a game in which he accounted for 100 yards. So he did a job on that last series, although the Tide came away with no points. First and 10 from the 28. Here's Alexander now on the receiving end and staying in bounds and getting a first down. How about that? All the way across the 40-yard line before Lee Wesley finally brought him down. Sean Alexander.
Outstanding block by Shamari Buchanan there, number 84, to pin his guy inside here. Let's follow him right here, right here, right here. Pins Lee Wesley inside here to free him to get outside. Then he just misses, makes it Hayslip miss. Then Holmberg missed. He stays up on his feet here. Then Tremaine kind of in there, just a little bit here and there. But the big thing is, nice piece of running by Sean.
It's at the 42, and here goes Alexander again, and finds running room through the Kentucky defense and all the way into Wildcat territory. Willie Gary, the safety man, had to bring him down, but somehow Sean Alexander slithered through the hole.
Well, slithered, powered through, finessed through, ran over through. He's just a big locomotive type action. Just kind of keeps it going, keeps it going. You know, Sean's just a powerful runner, had that same tendency in high school. That's why he was Mr. Football.
He had a good game against the Wildcats last season, Derek, but he really exploded against LSU. 291 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was his school record.
Yeah.
What a game for him against the Tigers. 2nd down and 1 yard to go from the Kentucky 48. And here he goes again, and this time David Ginn says no way. David Ginn, the senior out of Cincinnati, one of 7 Wildcats who moved from linebacker to defensive end back during the spring, comes up to make the stop, and that's a loss back into Kentucky territory. Loss of about 3.5 yards. And a penalty on the Cats. Derek, I did not see the initial indication.
Well, I think as the play's over, these guys are kind of walking and just kind of neatly just drop it out because they're really out slinging that baby where you can see it tonight.
Offsides against Kentucky. Nullifies the last play and gives Alabama a first down at the 43-yard line of the Cats. Alabama getting the 1st and 10 by way of penalty. This time nothing for Alexander. Marvin Major, the junior out of Elyria, Ohio, coming up there to make the stop. Marvin, who was born down in Birmingham, Alabama. He's got some folks in his family who are big Crimson Tide fans.
Yeah, he talked about that all week. He went on as far as saying, I guarantee a win. That's the Louisville Lip Muhammad Ali. Now it's Muhammad the Lip Majors.
No gain on the last play. 2nd down and 10 yards to go from the 43 with 5:50 left to go in the half. Kentucky leading 10-7. Riddle back into the backfield, and he's got some good yardage inside the 40 down to the 36. Willie Gary makes the stop for Kentucky. And let's check in down to the field now with Dick Gabriel. Dick?
Rob Halmummy just came over to the offense and said, what have you got? What can you tell me? He's checking to see how the cornerbacks have been playing. Keough Sanford and Craig East. They're still looking for the deep ball, but the cornerbacks for Alabama right now are taking it away. They're trying to figure out a way to spring them. Back upstairs.
Alabama 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. It is 3rd down and 4 as again this Kentucky crowd comes to its feet. Line of scrimmage the 37. Kitchens batted down. Nice job by Tony Woods, who had the interception up in Bloomington against Indiana.
Well, a couple passes tonight. Tony Woods has just kind of been there, and Freddie throwing behind him. But right here, this is a pick, right there. Those are the things that separate big games. When it's close like this, you're looking for big plays where a guy can get an interception, take it away, and get the confidence going, both on offense and defense.
Alabama will go for it. 4th down, 4 yards to go at the 37. And again, this crowd urging on the Wildcat defense. Alabama 1 for 2 tonight on 4th down. Big rush. Incomplete. It was intended over the middle for Shamari Buchanan, the sophomore out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Willie Gary back there on the coverage. Kentucky will take over on down.
Willie Gary is a starting safety, but coming out of high school, everyone knew this guy was a pure cover guy. And this is no exception here. Just outstanding foot quickness here. Let's take another quick look here. You can't really see him coming in here. All you just see him is him kind of falling right on the back here, right there. I mean, that is perfect coverage, right in your back pocket.
On 1st down from the 37, here's a swing pass to Keough Kentucky first down up close to the 49-yard line. And the Wildcat offense strikes right back at Alabama.
Well, it's been a nip and tuck first quarter and a half here. One of the things I'm certain that Coach Mumme wants to do is get some points on the board before half. And that way you have momentum. Things start to work for you. And then you go into the half situation, then you make the adjustments.
They move the chains ahead. First and 10 for Kentucky. Clock running with 4:35 left to go first half. Couch throwing here to the near side, and he had Marvin Love wide open down at the 35-yard line, overthrown. I'll tell you, there wasn't a white shirt within 7 yards of him.
Well, about maybe 7 miles there. People probably understand. You won't see that happen very often with Tim Couch. I mean, just a nice little touch here, but this is a rare moment as we take another look at it. Here has him wide open, kind of hangs this thing. Marvin's a fast guy, so he's thinking he can get under this, but just off the fingertips, just a little bit beyond his reach.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The Cats from their own 49. And we've got whistles now and penalty markers go down as the ball is snapped.
Yeah, we got that offense kind of just a little answer here, trying to make things happen early.
We have a dead ball foul, false start. Gets the offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That'll move it back now to the 44-yard line. It'll be second down, 15 yards to go. Kentucky leading Alabama 10-7. As we near now the closing minutes of this second quarter of play. 4:28 on the clock. Couch. Anthony White into Alabama territory down to the 48, and then he is racked up immediately by Marcus Spencer, the freshman out of York, Alabama, freshman cornerback.
Well, Anthony was kind of licking his chops. He saw that big open field there, and he said, I'm going to do something to this young guy here. Just kind of dumps it over here. Nice little check down. Anthony White here. He said, oh, this space here. Now let me do something to this young guy. He's a freshman. He doesn't know what he's doing just yet. Oh, surprise. Outstanding play by Marcus Spencer here in the open field.
Gain of 8 on the pass. It is third down and 7 from the Bama 48-yard line. Couch now drops back to work out of the shotgun. Marvin Love resets, and Couch looks to the far side, throws it over the middle for Mickelson, and it's intercepted. Deshae Townsend back over the 30-yard line. Trying to find running room to the far side of the field. He is run out of bounds. Fernando Bryant had the interception. Did I say Deshae Townsend? I beg your pardon. Fernando Bryant gets his third interception. We got a penalty marker down on the field.
There's no foul on the play.
All right, so Fernando Bryant gets his third interception of the year as he picks off this overthrown pass.
Yeah, Tim, I guess on the last series also overshot Marvin Love here. Got pressure early there. He's only anticipating where his wide receiver is. Mickelson not quite there. Fernando Bryant playing at home at the safe position.
And on the move for the Alabama Crimson Tide, it's Curtis Alexander. Big hole up the middle. And he's, I believe, got just enough for the first and 10.
Well, Alabama's offense is going back to what they do best, which is running the football. You know, as Coach Mumme telling guys, we got to go to the corner. We got to make some things happen here. But Alabama's getting back to what they do best.
They've marked it just across the 45-yard line. And they've got to move the chain ahead now. It is an Alabama. Well, not yet. They're going to have to bring the chain on here. And it looks like it'll be inches short. What, about 5 inches maybe?
Yeah.
Just shy. That'll be second down and very short yardage for the Crimson Tide, who trail in this game by a score of 10-7, now with 3:13 left to go in the second quarter.
Well, for a passing team, if they were doing what the NFL guys do in a second and short like this, you want to take a shot up the field here. You can come back third down, third and inches, and pick that up on the third down.
Chris Alexander with some great second effort, breaks free into the secondary. And look at him go all the way down to the Kentucky 35-yard line before Tony Woods. Tony Woods finally got him. I thought they had him stopped for a loss, but no, sir.
Well, you can see why DeBose gets so excited about it. Nice taking out quick. Nice play there by the defense and pinching this thing down. But he twists. Nice agility here, and then make something happen here. The big thing is this guy hadn't been healthy in the past couple of years, so excited to have him back at 100%.
Now it's Riddle trying to turn the corner and not being able to find much running room over at the far side of the field because Willie Gary is right there, the safety man. So Alabama moving into Kentucky territory now as you see the clock running with 2:35 left to go in the half. Alabama trailing the Cats by 3. Freddie Kitchens will work out of the shotgun. It's 2nd down and 9. And nothing this time at all for Sean Alexander. Jeff Snedeker right there to make the stop.
Well, just kind of hands this thing off underneath here, and then that snap. Philhope beats the running back there. Whoa, my. Beats his running back there that goes through the thing. But what Alabama's doing, although they didn't pick up the first down there, they're just running out the clock. So if they can score, they won't leave any time on the clock for Kentucky to score.
We're down now to a minute 51. Left to go in this second quarter. From the 35, it's 3rd down now and 11. Kitchens throwing over the middle, caught by Goss, and he'll go in for the touchdown. 35-yard pass play from Freddie Kitchens to Chad Goss.
Well, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but the 3 passes that Freddie Kitchens had thrown earlier, all behind. This one is just an outstanding catch by Chad Goss. Outstanding concentration and, of course, hands.
Well, they celebrate on the Alabama sidelines, and Brian Cunningham now, the junior out of Birmingham, is on to attempt the extra point. Lance Tucker will hold. It is through the uprights. It is good. And Alabama is back in front by 4. 1:34 to go in the half. Alabama 14, Kentucky 10.
We interrupt your busy day to bring you a sigh of relief. Introducing new Ford Choice, the easiest way yet to get the most for your money. Now you can get Ford Escort with these standard features starting at just $11,695. Ford Contour with all these standard features starting at $14,995. Or Ford Taurus with these standard features starting at $18,795. It's that easy with new Ford Choice. We now return you to your regularly scheduled chaos.
Papa John's perfect crust. Papa John's about to reveal its secret. It's more than the superior quality flour we use. The secret is water. We use clear filtered water for our dough. What does the biggest chain use? Whatever comes out of the tap.
Tap water belongs here, not in our dough.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
You make the call. A large original or thin crust pizza with 1 topping for $8.99.
PNC Bank is proud to name Kim LaBelle as its Student Athlete of the Week. Kim is a senior forward for the women's soccer team. She is UK's all-time leading scorer. PNC Bank proud to announce Kim as their Student Athlete of the Week. Kim LaBelle. Well, you talk about a fine catch.
Yeah.
That it was by Chad Goss, the senior receiver. As Alabama moves 65 yards in 5 plays, we'll get another look at it.
Yeah. Just kind of zips this thing. Watch it. Just pay attention. Follow the ball here. Right behind just a little bit. Oh, one-handed stab. Oh, no wonder Tremaine got tripped up there. Outstanding concentration. Nice reach back. Nice extension by Chad Goss.
Freddie Kitchens with his 5th touchdown pass of the year. He had a couple last weekend against Southern Mississippi down in Tuscaloosa.
Well, the Cats still have a lot of time to execute their offense. A minute 34 to go in the first half.
A.J. Diaz puts his foot into the ball. High end over end kick. Keo Sanford back at the 4-yard line. Comes up to the 20. But that's all. A bunch of white shirts right there to greet him. Tito Smith, number 89, a linebacker out of Birmingham.
Yeah, he kind of comes up limping a little bit there. Also, he got the worst of that exchange.
Hopefully Keo Sanford is all right as he comes over to the Kentucky bench. The Wildcats will begin 1st and 10 at their own 21, 1:27 on the clock. Alabama 14, Kentucky 10 in what has been a seesaw game up to this point. Couch looking for East. He's up to the 29-yard line. That'll still be a couple of yards shy of a first down, gain of about 8. Clock is running now with 1:14 to go in the half.
Yeah, you want to get out of bounds. Anytime you have an opportunity, you get out of bounds or use your timeouts. Here he had the sideline, so he could have gotten out of bounds there.
Second down, about a yard and a half to go for a Kentucky first down. 1 minute exactly left to go in the half. Couch looking to the far side. Kevin Coleman has got the first down. The clock will continue to run. Now it'll stop here as they have to move the chains in ahead.
Yeah, but Tim will have his offense all assembled together, so when the official blow that whistle, they should be ready to go.
Clock stops on a first down with 52 seconds left. And they'll move the chains ahead. Line of scrimmage. Be the Kentucky 36. Ball marked just across the 35. 45 seconds now as the clock is running. Down the middle to Coleman. Lost the handle. I believe he was down at the 48.
Yeah. Good
Marcus Spencer and Kelvin Sigler right there on the tackle.
Yeah, good heads up by Mickelson there, just in case. I think Kentucky's called a timeout here.
34 seconds left to go. Timeout Wildcats with Alabama leading 14-10. And Kentucky trying to get some points here in the closing moments of this first half in what has been an exciting first half for this capacity crowd.
Well, Alabama's offense has went up and down the field in this thing here. Getting back to the old style, just running the ball.
Wildcats took the lead on a field goal by Seth Hansen. Curtis Alexander's touchdown run put Alabama back in front. Derek Homer's long pass play gave Kentucky the lead, but now Alabama has gone back in front on the touchdown pass to Chad Goss. Our next broadcast will come to you from Commonwealth Stadium, Northeast Louisiana. Coming into town, we'll have all the Big Blue action right here on the UK Football Television Network Saturday, October 18th. And what a crowd it is. And a lot of Alabama fans seated across the way. Off to our left on the far side of the field and also scattered across the upper deck. They have made the trip here from the state of Alabama to follow their team. The school that down through the years has won 12 national championships. 6 of them credited to Bear Bryant. Now we're set to go with 38 seconds on the clock. Kentucky has it 1st and 10 at its own 48. For Coleman, incomplete, and Coleman thought he was pushed, and the penalty marker comes down. It came out late, but it came down. Marcus Spencer on the coverage.
Yeah, that would have been an easy catch for Coleman there. He runs the corner route with such precision. And here, just as he goes on his outside there, Mr. Spencer said, no, I'm not going to let you catch this one here. Here, just excellent throw. Right on. Oh, holding that jersey, baby.
Freshman out of York, Alabama, grabbed a hold of the shirt of Kevin Coleman, and it is called here. Clock stops with 32 seconds left to go in the quarter. Oh, my. Much to the disgust of this Wildcat crowd. You get another look at it here.
What the official's looking at is rather the ball is catchable or not. 2 things here. He kind of holds him true right here, but the ball is actually thrown out of bounds. So that's why you get that call way out of bounds. So great call by the official.
Make it 2nd down and 10. Couch got it away over the middle. Anthony White out of the backfield. He's down to the Alabama 47-yard line. Steve Harris, the strong side linebacker, makes the tackle on the reception by Anthony White. Timeout Kentucky with 24 seconds left on the clock. And Tim Couch comes to the sidelines here along with Jimmy Robinson to talk things over. Also in the shot there with the headsets on, you can see Mike Leach, who was named the Wildcats offensive coordinator this week. He, of course, the receivers coach. And Hal Morris, the offensive line coach, is now the assistant head coach. A couple of promotions announced by Coach Hal Mumme this week.
Well, Alabama's doing what they're supposed to be doing. First of all, just before the half ends, you're going to allow the guys to catch the ball underneath, which you saw Anthony White just did. But to complicate matters more, they've gone with 6 guys. So in a lot of cases, they're taking the outside receivers out of the game and saying, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us to the middle, where we got a lot of help to converge, or you're going to throw this thing to the sideline.
Seconds left to go here in the first half as Tim Couch brings them up to the line of scrimmage. Alabama 14, Kentucky 10. It's third down. 5 yards to go from the 47-yard line of the Crimson Tide. Couch has got his man, Jimmy Robinson, and he quickly steps out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Well, Jimmy's a guy that they had big expectations of. Got beat up there a couple of weeks ago, had a thigh bruise, so he's been kind of on the rack here. But let's take a quick look here. He goes downfield, a nice hook, nice good release, goes deep downfield. At this point, execute, catch the ball, now just turn, looks for his guy Derek Homer, pick up a block here, and just kind of steps out of bounds there to stop the clock.
They marked it at the 29, 18 seconds left. Couch on the run, going to have to step out of bounds, and he does at about the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, but that is not of much importance right now. What is important is the clock, and it shows 12 seconds. It'll be second down and about 11 yards to go coming up.
Well, you got really time for maybe 3 plays, pass plays, but more so probably 2. So you're looking to get the ball down the field, possibly either in the end zone or to set up your field goal just before the half.
12 seconds left. Second down from the Alabama 30. Anthony White down inside the 20, inside the 15, and down to the 13-yard line. Clock stops with 3 seconds left. Timeout, Kentucky. And that is the Wildcats' final timeout here in this first half.
Oh, you just wanted to be able to put your guy in position to kick the easy 3 here, and he did his part here. But Tim was real patient on this thing, looking down the field, then drops it off to Anthony White there for a nice piece of running. Now, rather than kicking a 45, 50-yard field goal, you're right there in shape at about 30 yards.
Jimmy Carter will spot it down to the 20-yard line. It will be a 30-yard field goal by Seth Hansen. He kicked a 30-yarder back in the first quarter to open the scoring here tonight, as Kentucky took a 3-0 lead with 2:10 left to go in that first period. This would pull the Wildcats within 1 at halftime. Alabama leads 14-10. Tide going in front in this second quarter on a pass from Freddie Kitchens to Chad Goss.
Well, the big thing here, Rob, is to give your offense a boost, a little confidence that you can get some things done, and then you go into halftime and make your adjustments. And what are these guys doing here? You notice Tony Woods is walking off with a hamstring pull there, a little twinge.
Tony Woods will get to the locker room a little bit early. And now we've got timeout called by Alabama as they will try to apply some pressure here to the freshman kicker, Seth Hansen. And the whole Tide defense now will go over to the sidelines. They blocked a field goal last week against Southern Mississippi. Kelvin Sigler, the junior safety man out of Mobile, was the fellow who got up and blocked it. Hal Mumme's got to be happy with the performance of his football team here in the first half. The way they got out here, jumped out in front of Alabama right at the start. Tide came back, took the lead on the run by Curtis Alexander, but then Kentucky coming back and showing just as much offensive strength really as it has throughout the year here tonight against an outstanding Tide defense.
Well, Kentucky offensively, after playing against the #1 team in the nation, after that game last week, Kentucky feels they can score against anyone. Alabama has always been a formidable Tide. #4 at one point last year, defense in the nation. Outstanding defense again.
Well, here goes Seth Hansen trying to kick his second 30-yard field goal of the evening. Carter will hold it at the 20. He's got it. It is perfect, and time runs out here in the first half. 2 field goals in the first half for Seth Hansen. And Kentucky is pulled within a point. Wildcats trailing by 1 at halftime, 14-13. And let's go down to the field now to Dick Gabriel.
Quite a defensive match in the first half. Did you expect this kind of game?
Oh, we're playing Alabama, are we?
What did you think of the way your team played?
Oh, I love it. I think they're giving a great effort. You look at those guys down there. Hell, there's nobody on our team Alabama to recruit except Couch.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dick. It's a 1-point Alabama lead here at halftime, 14-13. We'll be back with our halftime activities in a moment. Stay with us.
They were growing in number with every second that passed. First, there were just a few, but now they were everywhere. I did the only thing I could do. I ran like the wind to the nearest place that sold Kentucky Lottery instant games.
One ticket. What are you waiting for? Kentucky Lottery Instant Games offer lots of money and lots of winners.
Am I the only one left?
Somebody's gonna win. Might as well be you.
My name is Alice. I'm a registered nurse and a grandmother. I've always enjoyed a little adventure, unlike my husband, Frank. I like to hike. Frank, he likes to putt. Of course, now that he's retired, our money has to work a little harder. No sense letting it sit around doing nothing. That's Frank's job.
For one-to-one financial solutions, call us. Bank 1-to-1.
Customer satisfaction at Quantrell means making sure that the customer is 100% satisfied, being reliable, knowing that we're going to be here when they need us, giving the customer a straight answer, telling them the truth, keeping our promises, always making sure that we have a happy customer. That ensures repeat business, and that's the backbone of any business, or should be.
The Quantrell Companies. If you think our cars are nice, you should meet our people.
Dear Gussie, there's only one thing missing. Every last drop of Pepsi. Any ideas? Yeah, I'm working on it. I think the fat one knows.
Pepsi, generation next.
University of Kentucky Wildcat Football is brought to you by Ashland Incorporated and its family of companies, urging you to get involved and put the power of education to work. By the Kentucky Lottery, somebody's going to win, might as well be you. By Porta Carports, the leader in steel garages and buildings. By the Ohio Casualty Company, encouraging extra effort in the classroom for today's student athletes. By Kentucky Utilities, making electricity the answer. By St. Joseph Hospital, since 1877, the science of medicine, the heart of compassion. And by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, all-around coverage, all around Kentucky.
By Freedom Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, Jeep Eagle. By Dairy Queen, we treat you right. By Southern Belle Dairy, around here it's a tradition. And by Columbia Gas, the natural choice.
And the Wildcat Marching Band on the field here at halftime to entertain as Alabama holds a 1-point lead over the Kentucky Wildcats here at the break, 14-13. Rob Bromley along with Derick Ramsey and Dick Gabriel here at Commonwealth Stadium, and to say the least, it has been an exciting first half, Derick. Seesaw game in the first half. The Wildcats took the early lead. It went back and forth. Now it's Alabama by 1 here at the break.
Well, it's a seesaw game, but going back to the Florida game last week, the Cats felt if they were going to be successful, they couldn't turn over the ball. Tim Couch interception, but I think even more so, Alabama's gotten back to their style of ball. Running the ball, all three of their running backs, very impressive the first half.
Well, they really have been. I think you've got to give both teams credit. Both teams have really hung in there and played well. We have seen some electrifying plays, to say the least, by Curtis Alexander, one by Derek Homer after taking a little pass from Tim Couch. And we've seen the Kentucky defense hang in there pretty well against a tough running attack.
Well, in this building, you had an outstanding offense against an outstanding defense. And what's happening now, you're kind of volleying back and forth. I think the key to this thing is that, of course, turnovers will be number one. And if Kentucky can continue to mix it up with the run and the pass.
All right, we've got a lot more to come your way at halftime. Stay with us. Alabama leads Kentucky here at halftime, 14-13.
So you want to buy a wireless phone? Great. Our rates are simple and easy to understand. 59 cents for the first minute, 78 cents for the second, 95 for the third, and so on and so on. Monday through Thursday, it goes up. The on and off peak rates are also similar to the peak rates. 45 cents, that's something else we need to talk about. Hello, who is it? It's the deal of the century, and guess what? It's for you.
Don't think so, because with Cellular One, it's simple. $35, 150 local minutes. Use them anytime. No smoke, no mirrors, no wires. Cellular One.
For over half a century, the power to live, the power to grow has come from your friends and neighbors. Affordable, reliable, and always there for you at the flip of a switch.
Congratulations, WKYT, on your 40th anniversary.
It's halftime here in Lexington on a perfect October evening for football at Commonwealth Stadium. Kentucky trailing Alabama here at the break, 14-13. You know, research is such a vital part of the University of Kentucky's mission and has a real impact on the people of the Commonwealth. In tonight's University Report, Carl Nathy looks at how UK research is continuing to build upon its reputation for excellence.
Challenging the future and changing lives. That's at the heart of what research at the University of Kentucky is all about.
Out of the over 3,000 institutions of higher education, there are only 88 that qualify for Carnegie One status. We are among that group. So that puts us in very rarefied atmosphere. But when you consider that there are only, out of those 88, 59 public institutions that qualify for Carnegie One status, that tells you that this is truly a great university.
We've been getting better and better each year. This last year was a good indication of our success in that we set another record for contract and grant activity.
That record amount totaled over $125 million in 1996-97 in a time when federal research support is shrinking. In addition, UK faculty, through patent activity and new product development, generated nearly $2.7 million in royalty income for the university, placing UK among the nation's elite universities in this category.
True benefit of this research to the growth and economic development of the Commonwealth. This is money which comes into the Commonwealth, does not leave the Commonwealth.
Independent scholarship and research by faculty allows them to continue to make new discoveries and to give them the opportunity to have students share in that discovery process.
UK and the state of Kentucky want to move even farther forward nationally in research. Currently, a task force appointed by President Wethington and chaired by former graduate school dean Daniel Reedy is examining how best to enhance the strong research and graduate studies program at the University of Kentucky.
Well, here in the first half, Seth Henson has kicked a couple of field goals, and Tim Couch has thrown another touchdown pass, his 18th of the season. Kentucky trailing Alabama by 1 here at the intermission. It's Alabama 14, Kentucky 13.
Some of the most admired cars you'll see are owned by the guys who know cars best. They're ASC certified master mechanics, and the #1 brand of motor oil these guys use in their own cars and trucks is Valvoline, makers of Durablend, the leading semi-synthetic for a cleaner engine due to better control of harmful deposits. So use the oil the mechanics who take care of your car use to take care of theirs. Valvoline. People who know use Valvoline.
Here at Porta Carport and Gray Steel Buildings, we have the building that you've been looking for. With our many different styles and sizes, with our Galvalume Triple Truss offering structural integrity and weather resistance. With our many different colors to match your existing structure in a durable baked-on enamel. With our specialized insulation and custom doors to fit your many needs. So come take a look at Porta Carports and Gray Steel Buildings. We've got the building you've been looking for.
Some say love comes with no guarantee. They're wrong, baby. One sight, one succulent bite, yeah. And you know this time, it's for real.
Arby's Roast Chicken Club. Love it after one bite or your money back.
Guaranteed satisfaction. Ooh, you've got to love that.
You can go anywhere and get ordinary chicken, but you can only get the Roast Chicken Club at Arby's.
Hi, John Sullivan. Hard to believe, but the 15th Annual Kentucky Open Crappie Tournament is just around the corner. October 25th, Lake Weiss, Alabama. Grand prizes this year, this tracker, boat, motor, and trailer donated by Stokely Marine, and this Polaris ATV donated by Hayden Outdoor Sports. Net proceeds go to Cardinal Hill Hospital. Enter now. Don't forget, October 25th, Lake Weiss, Alabama. Billy Westmoreland and I will see you there.
University of Kentucky Wildcat football is brought to you by Super America, where we put the engine cleaning power of Injector Guard Plus in every grade of gasoline we sell. We never stop bringing you the best. By State Farm Insurance and the State Farm agents throughout Kentucky who support Wildcat football. By Purnell's Old Folks Whole Hog Country Sausage, 'cause it's good. By the UK Healthcare, innovation, education, and dedication. By Bank One, whatever it takes. By your local Ford dealer, quality people, quality products. By Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. And by Citgo Petroleum, just get up and go. Citgo says go.
By your local Dodge dealers. By MRI Associates, the complete MRI center. By Kroger, proud to be a University of Kentucky athletics partner. By GTE, it's amazing what we can do together. And by McDonald's of Central and Southeastern Kentucky.
Welcome back to Valvoline at the half. 14-13 Alabama over Kentucky at halftime. And now let's hear from Senior Associate AD Larry Ivey. Today we're visiting with J.R. Heisel and his staff in the Athletic Association accounting office. J.R. and I go back all the way to '76 when we both came over to athletics from other offices within the university. And at that time, J.R., I think, had one possibly part-time person or maybe one full-time person, and operating and responsible for about a $3.5 million budget. And we've grown to an office of 5 full-time employees that work for JR, and we're operating on a $26.5 million budget this year. This office has responsibility for monitoring the $26 million budget, all the purchasing of supplies and equipment that our teams use, and the paying for those equipment and supplies come through JR's office and are funneled on over through the university's accounting department. We were talking earlier about all the excitement around the football program this year and the fact that we're going to have our 3rd sellout in a row, and we were probably going back, I think, to 1977, weren't we, JR, since we've had something like that. And what would say a sellout today mean to us gross revenue-wise on a football game?
About $925,000.
Well, yeah, well, let's see if we can't go ahead and sell the rest of them out then.
Alabama takes the second half kickoff here and has it now 2nd down and 7 at its own 28. This is Riddle trying to pick up the needed yardage for the first down. He comes up short, though, as he's brought down at about the 32-yard line. Take a look at our halftime statistics. You can see
Well, that's the matchup you want to get. Your big tight end, Rod Rutledge, at 6'5", 273. And, of course, Tremaine Martin there, a much smaller guy. But you want to get that matchup in Alabama's favor. However, this time, the Wildcats were ready for it.
So the Kentucky defense does the job on this, the opening series of the second half. And Alabama forced to punt it away as Daniel Pope drops back around his own 20-yard line. Gets away a good kick, spiraling kick. And Craig East makes a fair catch down at his 26. Well, that's where the Wildcat offense will go to work. First down and 10 yards to go. Take a look at the quarterback comparison of the first half as Tim Couch has now tied the school record for completions in a single season. He has 151 completions so far this year, tying the record set by Billy Ransdell back in 1986.
Well, as you look at these stats here, those are what their teams show. Kentucky throws the ball up and down the field. Alabama's going back to the old style, pitching it right and left and sticking it right up the middle.
And the Tide with the most impressive 159 yards on the ground in the first half.
Well, as you look at the halftime stats there, you're seeing exactly what both teams do. Kentucky throws the ball, so they've thrown the ball up the field a bunch. Alabama runs. So you're seeing exactly what these teams do best.
Hal Mumme in his first season as Wildcat coach. His team 2-2 coming into this football game here tonight, but trying to pick up its first win in the Southeastern Conference. These two teams have played 33 previous times, with Alabama winning 31. Wildcats only win back in 1922. Alabama has won 14 straight. There was a tie back in the late 1930s.
Yeah, and Alabama's won the last 16, so that thing continues here.
Be sure to watch the Hal Mumme Show at noon. Derick Ramsey will join me along with Coach Mumme right here on the University of Kentucky Football Television Network. That's the Hal Mumme Show, Saturday. 12 minutes, 50 seconds left to go, third quarter. Alabama leads by 1, 14-13. And on first down, the pass to Kevin Coleman. He's run out of bounds over on the far sideline after a short gain. Andre Short, the safety man, a senior out of LaGrange, Georgia, there for Alabama. Tim Couch now has moved into fourth place in season passing yards on the Kentucky all-time list with 1,661. You can see Rick Norton back in 1965 throwing for 1,823. So Couch less than 200 away from that mark. So the record's continuing to fall. Second down, 9. In and out of the hands of Marvin Love.
Yeah, tough catch, but in traffic as a receiver, you have to concentrate on that. Nice little quick dump there. You got to be able to hang on because you know you're going to get hit in that area. Now, I don't know if you're looking to get hit, but take another quick look here. Right there. Right. Oh, you should have that. That's a routine pitch and catch there.
Third down, 9 yards to go. Kentucky from its own 27-yard line. Early moments of the third quarter with Alabama leading 14-13. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted again. This time picked off by Kelvin Sigler. Sigler's got it back down to the 25-yard line, and for the third time tonight, Tim Couch has been intercepted, and Alabama here will be set up in great field position in Kentucky territory at about the Wildcat 26-yard line.
Well, as we take another look here, Craig East goes downfield, just kind of tips this thing. Let's see if it's a little high here. No, he just didn't get the head of the ball there. And then, of course, Kelvin Sigler, number 20, just laying back there, playing center field, makes a nice little pick here. With Alabama, you cannot let these guys lie around. You got to make the plays and get some things happen here.
So Couch intercepted for the third time, and the Tide has it first and 10 down to the Kentucky 26. 12:29 left to go here in the third quarter. The Tide leading Kentucky by a point. Riddle trying to break it to the outside and nothing doing. Tremaine Martin comes in there to finish him off.
Very sure tackling Tremaine Martin here because Dennis Riddle had a whole bunch of room out there had he been able to get outside here. You take here, you get a nice little one-on-one here. Robert Jones come down, a good block by Ed System here. Now you got it just like you want it, right there, man against man here. Good play by number 26, Tremaine Martin.
Dennis Riddle, one of the all-time best Alabama rushers. He is 6th in career yardage. Second down, 11 yards to go from the 27. Riddle again with a blocker out in front. He gets inside the 25, but not much more than that. Jeff Snedeker over there to yank him down.
Well, they had big Will Friend out there, number 68, kind of pulling out there, trying to find somebody to hit. Riddle, a much nimble, quick-footed guy, just trying to buy some time. So the play never really got developed, because when you have those linemen, usually the defensive linemen and our linebackers are sliding that way.
Alabama has started 8 different offensive linemen this season. They started 3 freshmen against Arkansas a couple of weeks back. Now they've gone back to experience. Hogan, the center, a redshirt freshman. Third down and 8. Kitchens, and he dumps it off incomplete. He was under the rush of Mark Jacobs. And Alabama will have to go for 3.
Well, Jacobs had him there. Justin Kitchen is such a big guy, 6'3" and 230 here. Average quarterback, you pretty much get down, he steps up, nice to step up there, and then Jacobs right here. But he's big, strong, unloads the ball to avoid the sack.
Now Brian Cunningham, who has missed once tonight, will try from 41 yards out. It'll be spotted down at the 31-yard line. It's got the distance. It is good. From 41 yards out, Brian Cunningham, the junior out of Birmingham, gives Alabama a 4-point lead. 10:56 to go, third quarter. It's Alabama 17, Kentucky 13.
Teaching a teenager to drive involves a lot more than just how a car works. Hi, Dan Issel for Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. It's teaching them to use seat belts, pay attention to their driving, and deal with peer pressure which might cause bad decisions resulting in accidents. It's also teaching them to drive drug and alcohol free. Stop by your local Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance office and pick up a safety brochure for your teenager. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. All around coverage, all around Kentucky.
My name is Alice. I'm a registered nurse and a grandmother. I've always enjoyed a little adventure, unlike my husband, Frank. I like to hike. Frank, he likes to putt. Of course, now that he's retired, our money has to work a little harder. No sense letting it sit around doing nothing. That's Frank's job.
For one-to-one financial solutions, call us. Bank 1-to-1.
What's behind the biggest truck event of the year? One Tough Truck. And right now, during the One Tough Truck event, you can get one Tough Chevy Blazer for just $299 a month. And now, your Chevy dealers also have their biggest selection of Tahoes and Suburbans ever. And that means big savings. You want the most dependable, longest-lasting truck? You ought to get behind a Chevy. During the One Tough Truck event, your Chevy is ready. Get it at your local Chevrolet dealer.
The most trusted, doctor-preferred magnetic resonance imaging center in central Kentucky.
We're MRI Associates.
Convenient.
Located in downtown Lexington, open 6 days a week. We accept all insurance carriers.
Professional.
The latest, most modern technology available to you. Courteous care and a comfortable surrounding. The strength of 5 board-certified radiologists.
See why more doctors trust us.
We're MRI Associates, the complete MR Center.
And we hope you'll be with us in a couple of weeks as Northeast Louisiana comes into town to challenge the Kentucky Wildcats. We'll have it all for you right here on the University of Kentucky Football Television Network. That's Saturday night, October 18th, as Kentucky takes on Northeast Louisiana in the final non-conference game of the season. Greg East back to return the kickoff. And we got Marvin Love back there along with Derek Homer. And Diaz now, the young left-footed kicker out of Miami, Florida, will kick off once again as Alabama has extended its lead to 4 points, 17-13. That equals the Tide's biggest lead. This is Yeast from about the 7-yard line. And he is tackled high, and penalty markers go down. Marcus Spencer, the freshman from York, Alabama, I think got a hold of the face mask.
Well, I think what he was doing was finding his head, and he happened to grab the face mask, is what ended up happening there.
We have a personal foul, face mask, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, it's one of these blatant calls here. Craig finds a nice piece of running room up here. Nice block by Mickelson, number 21 here. And then you see this guy trying to take his head off right about here. Oh, the old clothes hanger there. Except for Craig was going the opposite way there.
Yeah, he tried to clothesline him at first and then got a hold of the mask. And it gives Kentucky great field position up at the 49-yard line. The Wildcats first and 10. Couch to the air. He's got Craig East. He's at the 46 of Alabama, and that's all. Deshae Townsend there to make the initial contact.
Well, this is a great matchup here. Craig East, who's 9th in the nation in reception, and you got an outstanding defensive back. This is like an alley fight. You got two quick guys out there, and they're going to make something happen. This is what the kind of guy you want to play against. That you're just going to bang it around and go up on him, and he's going to knock you down and line back up.
Gain of 6. It's second down, 4 yards to go from the 45. On the draw, Anthony White. He's very close to the first down sticks as he goes down to the 42-yard line. Jamie Carter, left side defensive tackle, a sophomore out of Philadelphia, Mississippi, makes the stop.
Yeah, Anthony just has such an uncanny knack of just bouncing around there, buying time. You see a lot of fast guys, and Derek Homer, for example. He's one of those guys that rushes to the line. Anthony just patiently moves along, and somehow or another squirts out and maneuvers in a lot of traffic there.
Third and inches, there will be no measurement. Kentucky is 3 of 9 on third down conversions as the yardage piling up now for Anthony White. Couch kept the football, got the pass away to Coleman. First down, Kentucky. A block downfield by Lance Mickelson before Coleman goes out of bounds. Fernando Bryant drove him out, but it's a Kentucky first down.
Yeah, this is purely a result here. Watch nice pick to Anthony White. You've seen this guy stuff it to you. Coleman kind of slips out of there from the slot position. Then it's just a lot of run room there. But credit Anthony White pounding up in there, and you got these linebackers and safeties looking for the run.
Gain of about 15 yards. First and 10 Cats. 9:24 to go, third quarter. Alabama leading 17-13. And we got movement now along the line of scrimmage as the football was never snapped. Jason Watts never snapped it.
We have a dead ball foul, offside against the defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, they'll move it up 5 yards, and Kentucky gets a 1st and 5 situation. First serious threat of the second half of the Kentucky offense. Alabama has tacked on a field goal here. It was 14-13 at halftime.
Well, when you got 1st and 5, especially going into to score, you can do a number of things. You can throw the ball up the field here because you got 2 downs to pick up another 5 yards. So now Kentucky's in the driver's seat.
Line of scrimmage, the 22. Derek Homer fighting for yardage as he goes just inside the 20. And again, Jamie Carter, the defensive tackle, makes the stop for the Crimson Tide.
Well, Derek made that nice run and catch early in the first half there, and he's going with this renewed confidence. I said he was one of the leading rushers in the all-time history of Kentucky. Missed the football last year, and so he's just trying to finally get into his niche and play at the college level.
Second down. Call it a long 2 yards to go from just inside the 20. Couch lofting a pass for Coleman. He's got it down to the 5-yard line. First down, Kentucky. Tony Dixon, the freshman safety man on the coverage, but Kevin Coleman hauls in another one.
Well, here it's just the corner was so concerned about it. Taking a look at it, the corner was so concerned about it because you've seen Kevin Coleman beat these guys in the corner. He's off running. And then Coleman, of course, looks back and sees the ball's underthrown. Good coordination between the quarterback and wide receiver.
They mark it at the 6, Derek. It's 1st and goal at that point with 8.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. Keo Sanford in motion. Anthony White. Touchdown.
Well, that. You got the matchup you wanted. You know, you get your running back, your top running back, Anthony White, against their defensive linebacker, Steve Harris, number 43. It becomes a foot race. But a nice little move out there in the flat there, and he just beats his guy to the corner. That's the matchup you want.
Tim Couch throws his 19th touchdown pass of the season, this one to Anthony White. It is the second touchdown catch for White. Wildcats now get the extra point by Seth Hansen, and they go up by 3. 8 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the third period. Kentucky's reclaimed the lead. The Wildcats leading Alabama 20-17.
Yeah, I know about performance. You need the right technology. You need the right equipment. You need reliability. You need the right gasoline. And you need the right skills.
You need to trim the bushes.
Citgo says go.
How important are academics for our student athletes at UK?
It's more important than a last-second field goal.
Or three-pointer at the buzzer.
Because athletic success is temporary.
And academic success will last a lifetime.
That's why Ohio Casualty Insurance Group has helped UK by expanding our CATS, Center for Tutorial Services.
To give our student athletes the chance to excel in the most important game they will ever play.
The game of life.
Autumn is upon us, and Kentucky is known for its spectacular fall colors and its fall fishing. Now is the time to head down to Lake Cumberland and enjoy it all in the comfort of your own luxury houseboat. Forever Resorts has trips available for 3, 4, or 7 nights on a luxury houseboat that sleeps up to 10 people with all the conveniences of home. Call 1-800-225-5561 and take advantage of our great fall rates. Why leave the state when you can have the beauty of Kentucky in the fall with Forever Resorts?
Some of us were designed for cold weather. Others weren't. Fortunately, for those of us less furry, there's electric heat from Kentucky Utilities Company. Electric heat is clean and safe, and because KU's rates are among the lowest in the nation, you can afford to make yourself as comfortable as you please. So, even if you weren't designed for Arctic living, relax. You're in KU country. Kentucky Utilities Company, making electricity the answer.
Babe Parilli might have been the finest athlete ever to play quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats, but one of his records, it looks like, will fall this year. 23 touchdown passes in one season in serious jeopardy. Tim Couch already was 16 and more than half the season to go. Babe Parilli led the SEC in passing in 1940, 50, and 51, and of course those were the great bowl teams under Bear Bryant. In fact, in 1950, he led the entire Southeastern Conference in total offense, perhaps the best athlete of his era at quarterback. Tough to compare eras, tough to say who was the better quarterback, but Tim Couch certainly approaching the status of dominant quarterback, just like one of his predecessors here at Kentucky, Babe Parilli. Rob?
Thanks, Dick. Tim Couch erasing some records in the book that have been on the books for many, many years. Boy, when you think you go back 47 years to 1950, 1951, when the Babe was throwing passes at Stall Field.
Yeah.
Here's the kick by Mark Samuel, and it is way back in the end zone. There will not be any run out there. It'll come back out of the 20-yard line. That's where Alabama will go to work. First down and 10 yards to go. Tim Couch with his 19th TD pass of the season to give Kentucky the lead. And the seesaw affair continues here on the first Saturday in October here at Commonwealth Stadium. 20-17 Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you, before Tim Couch finished his career here at the University of Kentucky, they will have to add more pages to this book. I mean, he continues week after week. 2 weeks ago, he told me, Derek, I got you already. So, 3 weeks down the road, oh my. Oh.
It is Kitchens at quarterback. Dennis Riddle, nowhere to go. Hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down by Bob Holmberg. Anthony Watson also there, but Bob Holmberg riding his back, the man who wears number 51, just like Dick Butkus did. Ooh. Bob had his jersey retired at Ballard High School. He loves that number 51, and Dennis Riddle got a whole bunch of it right here.
Yeah, all also a bunch of Lamont Smith there, but you love that effort by Anthony Watson, pinching down the line there, chasing that play. You want to see that happen.
Mark it at the 21. It's a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9. Kitchens now pitches it back. That's a play we haven't seen. He pitched it back to Shamari Buchanan. Little and Ward made the tackle. And let's get out of the field now to Dick Gabriel.
Rob, 3rd down coming up, could be a running down for the Crimson Tide. Mike Major's been telling the defense to change his scheme a little bit up front to try to cut off the off-tackle run, the inside trap. That's what they're trying to take away from the Crimson Tide running game. We'll see if it happens here.
3rd down, 8 yards to go. 7.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bama only 1 of 8 on 3rd down conversion. Kitchens under a rush, and he can't get away from Anwar Stewart. Anwar Stewart.
Well, just looking at Anwar, you can kind of figure out who made that great play there. You know, the Cats defense has come to play. They were embarrassed about what happened last week, and they said, we're going to make amends. Now, so far, they've been able to. We take another look here. Good press from Anwar. Also outstanding pressure by Dele Alli coming on the other side. You want to have your ends going up to make the quarterback step up, flushing out the pocket.
Big play by the sophomore out of Panama City, Florida. Here's the punt now by Pope. It comes to the near side. Comes up short. Craig Yeast trying to track it down, but it rolls out of bounds now into Kentucky territory at the 46-yard line. 6 minutes, 43 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. Kentucky leading Alabama 20-17.
We interrupt your busy day to bring you a sigh of relief. Introducing new Ford Choice, the easiest way yet to get the most for your money. Now you can get Ford Escort with these standard features starting at just $11,695. Ford Contour with all these standard features starting at $14,995. Or Ford Taurus with these standard features starting at $18,795. It's that easy with new Ford Choice. We now return you to your regularly scheduled chaos.
Hello, friend. Al Purnell here, taking it easy down on the farm in Kentucky. When you want to take it easy and have something really good to eat, get a box of Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage Patties. Just keep them in the freezer. Take out the patties you want to cook and let the skillet do the thawing. Then put the rest back in the freezer to keep that good Old Folks flavor. Look for this big box of 30 Old Folks Country Sausage Patties at your favorite store. Keep Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage on hand, because it's good.
They're jubilant on the Kentucky sideline, but Keo Sanford dejected. On the last kickoff return, he twisted his right ankle. They fitted him with a different kind of shoe at halftime, but he just couldn't go. He's been running here on the sidelines, but it's just not going to hold up for him, Rob. So Keo Sanford, it looks like, will be out for the rest of the game. Back upstairs.
Thank you, Dick. Keo Sanford did not get back to return the kickoff at the start of the second half. He was in for a few plays, but now is definitely out for the rest of the night.
Well, he's going to be sorely missed. One, and where Keo's saying, oh, I think the both here, the new coach of Alabama is kind of giving the official there a little earful. But getting back to Keo, it's your senior year. It's the only time, or the second time you get to play Alabama. You want to leave here with a split.
We have a timeout on the field as Kentucky now takes over. Ball spotted just across the Wildcat 46-yard line, and that's where the Kentucky offense will work from with 6:43 left to go in this 3rd period. I want to remind you to be listening to the Big Blue Line on the University of Kentucky Radio Network. That will come your way 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Al Mummy along with Tom Leach. Be sure to tune into the Big Blue Line on the University of Kentucky Radio Network. Now we're set to go. 1st and 10, Wildcats. Couch. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get good yardage. Oh, he was going for the first down sticks. And part of the crowd here thinks it was a late hit over on the far side of the field as Couch was going for the sideline. A little tough to tell, Derek, from where we were. But Tim bounces right back up and is no worse for wear.
Yeah, well, you won't get to see this very often here. Ramsey, right?
That's Andre Short. The senior out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Yeah, he didn't land up. He didn't end up short there, although Andre Short kind of landed on that knee pretty rough there.
8-yard run by Couch, and now Anthony White has got the first down, and down into Alabama territory, down to the 32-yard line. Andre Short again on the tackle for the Tide, but Kentucky on the move after getting great field position off an Alabama punt at the Kentucky 46, and now the Wildcats have marched it down to the Bama 32, where it's 1st and 10 Kentucky.
Well, a good mixture of you see Anthony's going over the century mark there, but you're seeing a good mixture of play action, nice little speed draws there, and then throwing the ball for the field. Good mixture.
Low snap. Couch is going to have to fall on it. Penalty markers go down. I think we had movement along the line, so let's see what this is. Down on the play. The ball came back to Couch right at his feet.
We have a dead ball foul. False start against the offense for an illegal snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that'll move it back now to the 37-yard line, where it will be first down and 15 yards to go. So that makes it a little tougher.
Well, Kentucky cannot allow itself to be lulled to sleep by Alabama's defense, because Alabama's the type team, they're going to stay around, keep you on the ropes, and then usually in the end, they end up winning. So, won't execute.
Couch looking here to the near side, and it's a completion to Derek Homer inside the 20. Oh, he's got such great balance, and he hit a photographer pretty hard down there on the sidelines. I hope she's all right, because I'll tell you, Derek Homer was really moving as he came to the near side of the field. Steve Harris, the strong side linebacker, was the man who drove him out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of had sent her flying there, too. Oh, she's still down over there. But Derek Homer is playing with a lot of confidence now. Made a big run of 62 yards for a touchdown. The kid's playing all kind of confidence now. He's thinking this is the old college days. I can do this. I can compete with these guys.
Big run by Homer down to the 16. That was a 21-yard carry by Derek Homer, and hopefully the photographer is all right. Anthony White, not too much running room there as he's stacked up and pushed back at the 14-yard line by Marcus Spencer. Another look at the pass play just a moment ago as Couch threw to Homer.
Yeah, out here in the flats here. Again, Craig Easton position there. Nice block on the Shea Townsend there. And here just kind of Shea Scott. Come on, woo! My mind. Give me a little thigh and then take it here. Good bit of running there by Derek Homer.
Second down, about 8 yards to go. Kentucky from the Alabama 14. Couch under a rush, lofting into the end zone. Coleman, touchdown! 14-yard touchdown pass from Tim Couch to Kevin Coleman, and Kentucky extends its lead.
Well, they've been doing this for the past 4 weeks now. Kevin Coleman, 5 touchdowns going in this game, runs the corner post route as good as anybody in the country. And here, Tim Couch is under pressure by the defensive end here, hangs this ball up and allows Kevin Coleman to make the big play.
Seth Hansen now on to attempt the extra point with 5:15 to go in the quarter. He boots it through the uprights, and the Wildcats have moved in front by 10. Kentucky has its biggest lead of the evening.
Well, let's take another quick look here. He's reached early there, puts the ball up here. Coleman just beats this guy here. Oh, Fernando Bryant, number 25, one of the top defenders in the Southeastern Conference. But so does Mr. Coleman run the post corner out so sweet.
Kentucky 27, Alabama 17, as the Wildcats now own a 10-point lead. And we will remind you that we have a lot more excitement to come your way on the Kentucky Television Network this season. Here's the remaining schedule. We will bring you the Northeast Louisiana game the night of October 18th. Also join us for the LSU contest on November 1st. And then following an open date on November 8th, we'll be down at Vanderbilt in Nashville for the game between the Wildcats and the Commodores, November 15th. South Carolina next week in Columbia.
You know, when you go back and replay that tape in your mind of Tim Couch on that last play, here he was under a great deal of pressure. had the sense and had the knowledge of the game and the touch of the football to hang that thing because he threw it before Kelvin Coleman came out of his break. Good body language between the quarterback and receiver.
There's Tim Couch, who has thrown his third touchdown pass of the evening. And on the return, it comes back up to about the 25, 26-yard line or so. Richard returning the kick, the freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. They're working a little bit on Derek Homer, as you can see down there on the sidelines.
Well, with those track speed kind of guys, Robbie, you find that they have a lot of quad problems, a lot of hamstring problems. So it's not a problem I ever had to worry about.
Bama takes over at its own 24. That's the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide. Kitchens under a rush. And he got away. Over the 35. All the way up to midfield. Let's see where they mark it. Just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line before Lee Wesley finally rode him out of bounds. It's a 25-yard run by Freddie Kitchens.
Well, I think people forget Freddie Kitchens was Mr. Football in the state of Alabama here. So not only can he throw the ball, he can run the ball very well. They're trying to get away from Lamont Smith here. Lamont kind of misses him. And they just turn this thing up and say, oh, okay, 6'3", 230, I'm going to lumber down the field.
1st and 10, Alabama at its own 49-yard line. The Tide trailing in the game now by 10. As Riddle takes the handoff and goes up the middle, and there's not much running room there as he stopped right at the 50-yard line. On the tackle was Mark Jacobs. Let's go down to the field now to Dick Gabriel. Dick?
Rob, the news is good and bad on Bama Dele Ali. It is not his left knee that brought him off the field. He does have a muscle strain in his neck. They put some extra padding under his shoulder pads. They're going to see how much pain he can play with. So right now, he's good to go. For how long, we don't know.
Thank you, Dick. See Ali down there on the sideline. A moment ago, that was Alabama's first down of the second half. This is 2nd down and 9. And Curtis Alexander trying to find some running room. He's brought down by Bob Holmberg into Kentucky territory down to the 46-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 as we hit the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, going back to what Dick was saying about Dele Ali, Bama Dele Ali, there's no one on this team tougher than this guy. So if there's a question about pain, he'll be there when the bell rings.
The concern on the sidelines of Alabama. Head coach Mike DeBose and his staff trailing 27-17. 3rd down, and call it 6 yards to go for Bama. Jackson gets a block. He's got the first down of the 40-yard line. Tremaine Martin made the tackle, but Quincy Jackson, who came into this game with 9 catches, leading Tide receivers, 1 for a touchdown, comes up with a big play. He's a junior out of Brundage, Alabama, a transfer from East Mississippi Junior College.
Well, he took a page out of Hal's book there where he got that little quick screen there. He just hit that guy and he kind of maneuvers inside and out. But also, Rob, his cousin Mercy Hayes plays with the New Orleans Saints, so there's a lot of football blood in that family as well.
From the 40 of Kentucky, 1st and 10 for Alabama with 3:06 to go in the quarter. Now they run the reverse to Goss. Goss is going to throw. Downfield, he's got Jackson. That's an Alabama touchdown. 40 yards on the play. And what a great job by Chad Goss as he throws to Quincy Jackson. I'll tell you, Goss that time looked like a quarterback.
He certainly did. Well, he's wearing number 11, so you could be deceived by that. But a nice reverse action there. Eric Kelly got sucked in on the run going to the left side and allowed Quincy Jackson to get behind him.
Quincy Jackson gets his 2nd touchdown catch of the season.
Well, in which the style.
And did we have a penalty marker down?
We have a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the white team for celebration in the end zone. 15-yard penalty on the fry.
Well, the Tide penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct, but here it is again as they hand it off on the reverse, and then Goss with a perfect throw.
Well, I guess you think you burned the guy there, and you kind of tell him he's toast. Good extension here by Quincy Jackson. Then he kind of gets into the end zone and kind of, I guess, taunts this guy. Tells this guy how bad he just burned him.
And Cunningham, having to kick the extra point from way out, puts it through the uprights, and Alabama pulls back to within 3. 2:56 left to go, third quarter. Kentucky leads Alabama 27-24. And let's check in now with Dick Gabriel, who can update us on the injury to the photographer. Dick?
Rob, her name is Stephanie Cordell. She's a UK student who is shooting for the Kentucky Colonel tonight and also interns for the Herald Leader, and took a wicked hit on that play out of bounds. She's okay. She has a bruise on her cheek, a little bit of a cut. She's more upset about the fact that her camera is pretty much trash, but she's okay. The doctors have checked her out. Has an ice pack on the cheek, and she's got a pretty good story to tell, Rob.
Thank you, Dick. And certainly good to hear that she is not injured any more seriously than she is. Alabama moved 76 yards in 5 plays, took 2 minutes 9 seconds, and we've got a close ball game again. Kentucky had its biggest lead on the touchdown pass from Couch to Coleman, but Alabama comes back with a little razzle-dazzle. Goss throwing to Quincy Jackson. Second touchdown catch of the season for Jackson, and it's 27-24. It tightens up again.
Well, when you're a team like Alabama with that kind of tradition, regardless of how good your team is or how well they've played this year, you think that you can win. And so what they've basically done is just position themselves to when it goes down to the bell, they got a shot at winning this thing.
Diaz now set to kick off. Coming to the near side, Crakey's with a good job to pick it up off the ground, but he's dropped immediately as he comes just across the 20-yard line. Chris Horn downfield to make the tackle. Freshman out of Sandersville, Georgia. We'd like to thank Duncan Machinery for the crane being used in our end zone tonight. Our cameraman up there, that's Shane Fannin, high above the action. Great view from the end zone. And our thanks to Duncan Machinery for the use of the crane here this evening in the end zone. 27-24 Kentucky with 2:48 left to go, third quarter. Anthony White coming across the 25 up to the 26 before he's stopped by Kelvin Sigler, the junior automobile. Big night for Anthony White as he has already gone over 100 yards. It has been a big night again for Tim Couch.
Well, in order for Kentucky's offense to be successful, those are two of the guys that have to have a big night. And of course, receivers, they've been doing a great job all year, so it's just a continuation of what they've been doing.
Second down and 4. That should be enough for a Wildcat first down as Lance Mickelson hauls in the pass. Let's see where they mark it. Michael Fagan makes the tackle for Alabama, a junior cornerback out of Greenville, Alabama. Let's see where they mark it now. Bring the chains on from the far side. They don't have to bring him very far. I thought he had enough, but let him stretch out the chain. He's got it by half the length of the football. First down, Kentucky. 20 first downs now in the ball game for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Well, Mickelson's been kind of quiet the first 2 games of the season. He got off to a hot start there, touchdown in each of the games. In the past 2 games, he's been kind of quiet, so you look for this guy to come alive here. Outstanding possession receiver.
Young man with great hands, isn't he?
Yes.
First and 10 Wildcats from the 31. This is Homer getting the handoff. Brought down at about the line of scrimmage. And that was Fagan again in there. And I beg your pardon. No gain. Call it no gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Oh, I'll tell you, big number, Kenny. Number 88, Kenny Smith there is raising a little havoc down there. He's gotten his opportunity to play, so now he's doing some things down there.
Second down and 10. Couch throwing to the far side of the field. He's got his man. That's Mickelson fighting his way, trying to get to the first down stick. And Fagan, who is getting in on a lot of the action now here late in this third quarter, makes the stop for the Crimson Tide. He's 5'9", 183 pounds, a junior out of Greenville.
As we just said that Mickelson's been a little quiet, and then here we go with it. In the past couple of weeks, they've really been, the offense has really been rolling on 200% cylinders here with the inside slot guys. So now we're going back to the outside guys because they're taking us away here. Just goes down about 7-8 yards, spot up, then try to make things happen here. Almost get away from this guy there. Nice piece of footwork there. Good tackle in the open field.
It will be 3rd down and inches as they bring it into the far side hash mark. I'd say 3 or 4 inches to go for a Kentucky first down. The Wildcats 4 of 10 on 3rd down conversions in this game as Jim Couch has now racked up 317 on the night. Scrimmage. He's got plenty of time on the play clock. Going to give it to Anthony White through a good hole. He's got the first down. He comes all the way up to midfield. That's the way to do it. Get 9 yards on the game. Reggie Grimes, the defensive end, a sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee, out of Hunters Lane High School in Nashville, makes the tackle.
Yeah, you want to make sure you don't leave it up to the officials there. Paul Pickett, number 42, really slid through there scot-free, but Anthony White was able to maneuver and pick up another 8.5, 9 yards. Got an injured guy down on the field there.
Injured Alabama player.
Right, Reggie Grimes.
The man who made the tackle, Grimes, the defensive end, who moved from defense last season. Moved to defense from last season after being on the offensive line.
Oh, let's take a look here. Ooh, nice little cut. Oh, nice block by Schlarman, number 65 there, just to polish his guy off there. To polish out Kenny Smith there. Oh, good block by Schlarman.
What a job John Schlarman has done. You know, he's been through 5 major injuries and 3 knee surgeries in his career. He's done a great job for the Kentucky offense. Get onto the field to Dick Gabriel.
Rob, another bad break for Kentucky as the Alabama player helped off. Tony Woods on crutches came out from the locker room at halftime with an ice pack on his left thigh. At the back of it, he has a pulled hamstring. He's done for the night, so an experienced defensive back gone from the Kentucky defensive secondary.
Thank you, Dick. Hopefully that's not too serious with Tony Woods on crutches. Kentucky's got a first down right at midfield as Kevin Coleman goes in motion. Tried to get it to Marvin Love down to the 45-yard line. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go as we have now just 29 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. Alabama led it at halftime by a point, 14-13. The Tide extended the lead right at the start of the 3rd quarter with a field goal. Then Kentucky, with touchdown passes from Couch to White and Couch to Coleman, went in front by 10. And Alabama's come back to score now on a 40-yard touchdown pass and trails by just 3, 27-24. 2nd and 10. Couch down the middle of the field and incomplete. Trying to get it to Jimmy Robinson, who stretched out as far as he could. Kelvin Sigler back there on the coverage for Alabama.
Well, the guys they're really excited about, Jimmy Robinson, is now back on the field after missing the last 2 games here. Take another quick look here. Looks like good blocking there by Chris Comstock. Tim is kind of forced out here, just barely gets off fingertips here. Good extension, good effort by Jimmy Robinson.
3rd down and 10, right at midfield. And the crowd here now on the near side, part of the crowd coming to its feet for the Kentucky offense. 3rd and 10 from the 50. Yeah, through the hands of Kevin Coleman, and you can tell Kevin thinks he should have caught it.
Oh, baby. That ball pierced the 1 and the 9 on the front part of the jersey. You kind of saw him hit his helmet there and hit his chest. Oh, Tim, my fault. I'm sorry about that one.
Spencer and Sigler on the coverage for the Crimson Tide, and the Wildcats will have to give it up. After they had a 1st and 10 right at midfield, Jimmy Carter now comes into the game. He will punt it away. Marvin Richards, freshman running back out of Atlanta, back to return it. Oh, and a high snap over the head of Carter. Let's see what he can do with this. Alabama's got it down at the 15-yard line with 8 seconds left to go in the 3rd
think he would fall on the ball, but he's trying to pick it up and maybe thinking about trying to make a spectacular play. But number one is get on the ball.
Darren Clark just launched that one. Ooh. From the 16 now, here comes the Tide on what will be the final play of the third quarter unless they call timeout. Curtis Alexander cracks it down in the 15, within the 15, and after that play, the third quarter has come to an end. We've played 3 periods here at Commonwealth Stadium. Kentucky still leading by 3. Wildcats 27, the Tide 24.
The peregrine falcon searches for the perfect place to nest and raise its young, a place that's both safe and comfortable. If you're living in KU country, you've already found the perfect place. You just need the safety and comfort of an all-electric home. And with KU's low electric rates, you'll have money left over to feather your nest. So when the nesting instinct hits you, make it an all-electric home. Anything else is for the birds. Kentucky Utilities Company, making electricity the answer.
Could it be? Yes, it's Coach Mommy. Here, the shop at Super America.
The question is, will there be non-stop action?
Yes, he passes the coffee. He pitches the potato chips. He launches the lunch meat.
Ooh, only then does he do a quick hit into the line to pay the price. Did you fuel up, Coach?
Couldn't pass it up.
Super America. We never stop, either.
In some commercials, they use fake stuff instead of food to make it look perfect, like plaster instead of muffins, lard instead of ice cream, and glue instead of cheese. Well, this is real chicken. Tasty Lee's famous recipe chicken. And it doesn't need some fancy stunt chicken to make it look good.
Now at Lee's famous recipe, get free tea with a 10-piece family meal for just $12.99.
Good morning, dear.
Don't run out of hot water just when you need it most.
Honey,
Get a natural gas water heater for all you'll ever need.
you're making me late.
For comfort, convenience, and savings, make the natural choice. Columbia Gas.
Kentucky Wildcat football brought to you by Super America, where we put the engine cleaning power of Injector Guard Plus in every grade of gasoline we sell. We never stop bringing you the best. Welcome back to Commonwealth Stadium. Rob Bromley along with Derick Ramsey and Dick Gabriel as we get set to begin the fourth quarter. Alabama trailing by 3, but right now with the ball at the Kentucky 13-yard line. Following a high snap on a punt, Alabama set up with great field position, and the Tide trying to capitalize as we begin the fourth quarter. Curtis Alexander got a hole and turned down the speed and cracked it down to the 6-yard line. That is close to a first down. Eric Kelly makes the stop for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Well, you got these big backs in Curtis Alexander just trying to find a little crease in here. Here just kind of goes right. Nice block here by Sisson at fullback. There's just kind of room in here. Just kind of room in here. Shoes flying off, helmets flying off, heads flying off. Everything's happening in this game today.
It's shy of a first down. Third down, I'd say a little less than a yard to go for an Alabama first down. Marked just shy of the 6-yard line. Curtis Alexander. He's pushed back, but they'll spot that one very close to the 5, and I would say that he had enough for the first and 10. David Ginn, the defensive end, number 44, led the charge for Kentucky.
Well, Alexander lost his shoe again, so he's just kind of burning out of there, but I think we'll have a measurement from the officials here.
We've had a number of measurements here tonight, and we will have another one right here as they bring the chains in from the far side.
Well, Kitchen's kind of pointing like we got this thing, and yeah, they do.
Got it by about the length of the football. First and 10, Alabama. First and goal, make that. Kentucky built a 10-point lead in the third quarter, 27-17, but Alabama has fought back. And right now, as has a golden opportunity to take the lead. First and goal at the 6. Sissom and Sean Alexander are the backs behind quarterback Freddie Kitchens. Kitchens lofts it into the end zone, incomplete. Shamari Buchanan, sophomore out of Atlanta, number 84, was out there. So was Rod Rutledge, the big guy, the tight end, the senior from Birmingham, who, as you pointed out earlier, Derek, is so big, 6'5", 273.
Yeah, on that particular one there, Kitchen's problem was he had too many guys open. You know, so he elected to throw the ball from the stands here. Sissom was wide open, as you mentioned, and so was his big tight end. That guy is 273 pounds, so it's probably hard to find.
Second down and goal at the 6, and Kitchens now drops back into the gun. Shovel pass. Curtis Alexander, touchdown Tide. Well, shovel pass from Freddie Kitchens, and the Crimson Tide retakes the lead with 13:25 to go in the ball game.
Well, they tried to run that play earlier, and the defensive end just kind of loomed in that position there, wouldn't allow him to shuffle the ball off. But then he pitched it out to his guy who like an option here. This is just a very nicely executed play. Going down the line, waits that particular time, and of course Alexander just real nice with the footwork.
Curtis Alexander gets his second touchdown of the night. Of course, he scored earlier in the first quarter on that 58-yard run.
Yeah, that blast up the middle.
He gave Alabama the lead at that point. He gives the Tide the lead again here, and Cunningham kicks the extra point. Alabama goes back up by 4 in what has been a seesaw game all evening long. 13:25 to go. Alabama 31, Kentucky 27.
In the future, Ty Taylor might be a scientist in space. Hillary Davis might discover a cure for epilepsy. And John Sweeney might discover the key to laser communications. When you support higher academic standards, it says you want their world to be a better place. Ashland Incorporated and its family of companies urge you to get involved because nothing happens until someone cares.
Husband, father, wife, uncle, dog lover, music buff, Girl Scout volunteer, rollerblader, cardiologist, cancer specialist, internist, surgeon. At St. Joseph Hospital, we care for you as a human being first. So we wanted you to meet our physicians as human beings first. St. Joseph Hospital, the science of medicine, the heart of compassion.
Hey, I'm going to McDonald's. You want anything?
Yeah, give me a Big Mac and fries.
Hey, did somebody say McDonald's? Coffee and a cheeseburger.
A number 3, and supersize it.
Cheeseburger, apple pie, Coke, and you've called line 7.
Sorry, fell in the mailroom. Look, we need 4 Big Macs. Could you hurry, please? Thanks.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Even though Dodge Ram is the bright red gold standard of pickup trucks, we're always improving things. We've made our available Magnum V8s even more powerful. We've improved the already world-class interior. In all, we've made 130 improvements to the Ram lineup since introduction, including this one, our new flow-through ventilation system. New Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
After Kentucky led by 10, Alabama has come back with 2 unanswered touchdowns and now leads it by 4, 31-27. Touchdown pass to Quincy Jackson, and a little shovel pass a moment ago to Curtis Alexander has put the Tide back in front. This is Craig East up to the 20, and he is grabbed low and slung down right there by Chris Horn, the freshman out of Sandersville, Georgia.
Well, as a kick return, you can't be looking for that much room to dance and turn as when you're out there catching a pass. You got to look for those alleys and push that thing up the field.
Now the Wildcats have battled the 20th ranked team in the country all the way tonight. And the Kentucky offense comes back onto the field. Tim Couch, who has thrown for 317 yards. It's up to Couch and company to do it again now. Starting from their own 20, 1st and 10. Derek Homer got it on the draw. Oh, he can move, can't he? That's a Kentucky first down. 13 yards on the run. Warren Faust, cornerback, who was a quarterback at one time at Alabama, makes the stop for the Crimson Tide.
Well, I think Derek is just now starting to get into the college spirit of this thing. Learning how to time his gauges on hitting the draw, learning how to wait for the offensive line to make some holes.
It's at the 33-yard line. First down for the Cats. Couch under a rush. Looking for room. Picks up good yardage. Great job by Tim Couch scrambling here to the near side of the field. Travis Smith, the linebacker, drove him out of bounds. The junior out of Montgomery.
Talking about the maturity of Derek Homer there, he allowed Couch to be able to get outside there because he wanted to stop for a little bit, and then Couch saw the defensive back responding to Derek Homer, so Derek kind of took his guy there to allow Tim to pick up 5 yards.
They mark it at the 38. That's where Couch stepped out of bounds. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Cats. Easton Nicholson set out to the left. And Couch looking to the far side. Now throws over the middle. He's got Craig East at the 40-yard line, and East looked like for a moment he wanted to pitch that ball back as he held it out. They will mark it up at the 40. It'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. Marcus Spencer, the cornerback out of York, Alabama, made the tackle.
That's the quarterback instinct from Craig. You always want to unload that thing when the opposition coming here. Tim's kind of waiting around, trying to hear. Derek White slips over here. Then he finds Craig on the backside here. Oh, nice little tackle by the linebacker there, number 41, I think. Yeah.
Big third down play. Yeah. Third down, 3 yards to go. The ball right at the Wildcat 40. Couch. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Kevin Coleman. And that's the second time that Coleman is frustrated here tonight. Well, the decision to make here, it's 4th down and 3.
Well, Tim tried to push that and guide it rather than to make sure he got there because you're only 3 or 4 yards away and you don't want to go ahead and throw it like you normally do. You kind of push it out there.
Long way to go in the ball game. 12 minutes, 4 seconds. And Hal Mummy definitely doesn't want to give up the football at his own 40, so Jimmy Carter comes in to punt.
Well, Carter definitely wants to secure the catch on this one and punt the ball down the field. Now the officials kind of backing everybody up over here, getting them excited over there on the sideline. But Alabama, after the last series when Kentucky snapped the ball over Jimmy Carter's head.
Their first warning of the game.
So we have a sideline warning.
Yeah.
Against Alabama. Mike DeVos in the white shirt and the tie. Marvin Richard back to return the punt now of Jimmy Carter, who's standing back at his own 25-yard line. Remember the last snap was over. He's had that one a little low, but he takes it in. End over end kick. Richard right at his 20-yard line. Made a good move, got it back across the 30. And does a good job to get it up to the 32. And on the tackle, Anwar Stewart for the Wildcats. Let's go down to the field now to Dick Gabriel.
All right, Rob, one of the names that has basically been retired with a K above it here at Commonwealth Stadium is that of Paul Bear Bryant, who typifies the Southeastern Conference football excellence. Of course, he made his name in an early age here at the University of Kentucky, coaching Kentucky to wins in the Orange, Sugar, and Cotton Bowls. No other program has ever won all 3 of those bowl games. And, of course, went on to Alabama, his alma mater. He said when Alabama called, he said Mama called, and he had to go home and take over there. And, of course, went from winning Southeastern Conference championships, which he did at Kentucky, to national championships in Tuscaloosa. Rob?
John Alexander on first down gets a good gain all the way over the 45-yard line. I beg your pardon, over the 40-yard line. But a good gain on first down. They've marked it right at the 41.
Yeah, nice bit of running there by Sean. You like to see those big guys making a run in the box. That being between the 2 guards and the center. Just kind of moving and pushing the pile, making little soft, subtle moves in there to free yourself.
Second down, only a yard to go after a gain of 9 on the run by Alexander. Curtis Alexander. Thrown down by Tremaine Martin, but he's got enough for the Alabama first in town. First down for the Tide at the 44-yard line.
Now you're really going to get to see a dose of what Alabama tradition football is about here. Nice little run here by Charles Alexander here. Nice. Just enough to pick up the first down. But here what they're looking to do is keep that clock moving, keep that chain moving, burn some time off of this clock.
Clock right now showing 10 minutes, 47 seconds. Alabama leading 31-27. Curtis Alexander stopped right at the 45-yard line. Ryan Murphy making the tackle, the linebacker, the freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, I just had a flashback here. I said Charles Alexander. Some 20 years ago I played in Sky. Now we got Curtis Alexander. I'm sorry, number 32 here. Oh, he came down a little rough on that knee. He's kind of limping, a little gimpy there.
Gain of only a yard. It'll be second down, 9 yards to go. Actually, he only picked up about a half yard. So second and a long 9. Ball just shy of the Bama 45. This time out of the I formation. Kitchens to throw. Throwing long downfield. Incomplete. Little and Ward on the coverage on Quincy Jackson.
Well, that's an outstanding play by Ward here, especially in light of what happened to him last week against Jacquez Green. You know, he had worked this past week to get ready for these guys here, and this is the benefit of working extremely hard.
Now that brings up third down and 9, and this Kentucky crowd coming to its feet all around Commonwealth Stadium. Freddie Kitchens drops back in the shotgun. Down the middle of the field, batted into the air, incomplete. Penalty markers go down. It was intended for Quincy Jackson. Eric Kelly on the coverage. Hold everything now.
Yeah, way back there, we can probably expect an interference call on this thing.
We have pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Big penalty on third and 9 against the Kentucky Wildcats as interference is called.
Well, as we take another look here, let's see. Freddie steps up and just guns this thing here. Sees this guy coming across there and just fires this thing. Let's see if there's interference here. As long as you're there at the same time the ball is there, that's not interference.
Well, it's a big call that goes against Kentucky, and you can see the disgust shown there by Hal Lummy on the near sidelines. Eric Kelly called for interference. It gives Alabama a first down at the Kentucky 40 with 9:47 left to go. Curtis Alexander driven out of bounds down at the 36. Willie Gary, the safety man, freshman safety man, pushes him out of bounds.
Well, Alabama continues to just kind of march downfield. They're going to pitch it right, pitch it left every now and then run a little shuffle pass every now and then. But basically, they're going to keep the ball on the ground with those outstanding running backs.
That was a gain of 4. It's second down and 6 yards to go. Clock stops with 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the ball game. Alabama 31, Kentucky 27. Sean Alexander and the blue shirts converging on him quickly, led by Anwar Stewart, number 55.
Well, you look at these experienced running backs here. They're really careful to keep themselves in bounds, to keep that clock moving, keep that thing churning here as they pick up first downs.
It's at the Kentucky 33. It's 3 yards shy of a first down. Another big third down play coming up for the Bama offense. And here comes the Kentucky crowd again.
Well, the 12th man has been very effective today. They put out 100% effort.
Third and 3 from the 33. Bama 4 of 12 on third down. They pick it up here as Sean Alexander goes down inside the 30 to the 29. That's a Bama first down. Willie Gary makes the tackle.
Well, they get a nice mixture. They give you a dose of Riddle at number 29. Then they'll come in with Curtis Alexander. Then they come with the big Sean out there. Nice block by Mookie Moore. Number 69 just moves his guy out of the way to allow an avenue for Sean Alexander to run up in there.
First and 10 for the tie. Alabama converting a moment ago on a penalty. Now on a run by Sean Alexander, and they've got her at the Kentucky 29-yard line. Sean Alexander grabbed by the jersey and pulled back by Lee Wesley.
Oh, it's a smart run again by Alexander. Will not be forced out of bounds to stop the clock. He says, guys, if you get me out of bounds, you're going to have to push me out of bounds. I'm not going on my own.
And with this drive, Derek, Alabama taking some precious time off the clock. Still a long ways to go, 8 minutes, 10 seconds, but the clock is counting down. As the Tide continues this march, which has now reached the Kentucky 29-yard line. Call it no gain on the last play. It's second down, 10 yards to go. Curtis Alexander, nowhere to run. Jeff Snedeker. As Curtis Alexander is stopped for about a loss of a yard.
Also a nice play there by Gordon Crowe, number 95, who's known to be a run stopper here. Let's take another look here. Nice little handoff in the air. Lead block by his other guy here. Oh, trying to block his right guard there. I'm sorry, right guard 69, Mookie Moore, is guiding his guy along the field. But too much defensive play by the defensive line.
Now, Gordon Crowe was the guy who really broke through and turned that play around. Third down, 11 now from the 30. Shovel pass. Curtis Alexander knocked down. Little and Ward. They went with a shovel pass again. And Curtis Alexander was hit hard by Little and Ward. And a penalty now will go against the Tide. Markers drop back at the 33-yard line.
Well, Alabama hadn't been doing anything very complicated. Just kind of run a thing right and left, and then that little shovel pass there.
We have holding against the offense. That penalty is declined. Fourth down.
The offensive holding penalty declined by Hal Mummy and the Cats. It brings up fourth down. And it's going to be fourth down, about 8 yards to go. And we'll have another field goal attempt here. This one will be a long one. 18, Brian Cunningham, the junior out of Birmingham, will attempt it. It'll be spotted down at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt. He did make one from 48 yards earlier this season. Here's the kick. It's blocked. And it's picked up by Anwar Stewart. Anwar Stewart goes all the way.
Well, if the Cats were going to get back in the game, it would definitely take a big play. They've had a couple of turnovers this half. So this is really the only way to get back in this thing. And this is a huge play. A momentum setter. A change in pace of the entire game. Alabama was taking their time on about a 4-minute drive going down the field, moving the clock, moving the chains, methodically going downfield, trying to put Kentucky in an obvious pass situation. These kind of events make the difference.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a 66-yard blocked field goal return by Anwar Stewart. Now there's some confusion as Seth Hansen has come on here to attempt the extra point. Kentucky's going to have to call a timeout. And they do. Timeout, Kentucky. I'll tell you this, Derek, that is one of the most electrifying plays that I have seen here in Commonwealth Stadium in a long, long time.
Yeah, you got
in
that
this
right.
situation, the blocked field goal. Couldn't pick up who blocked it, but Anwar Stewart ended up with a football, and he shows his speed.
Yeah. Littleton Ward got out there and kind of cut his guy off. Then Anwar, though that mule kind of hitched up there toward the end. But just when you get an opportunity like that, as a linebacker, as a backup person, or a defensive end in Anwar's case, you want to excel. You want to get your crowd into it. You want to win for your teammates. Even jubilation over there with Lamont Smith saying, that's how you do it, big fella.
With Kentucky trailing in the game, 31-27. The Wildcats block a field goal attempt. It would have been a 44-yarder by Brian Cunningham. Anwar Stewart runs it back 66 yards to put Kentucky ahead 33-31. Jimmy Carter now will hold, and Seth Hansen will attempt the extra point to give the Wildcats a 3-point lead. He's got it. 6:54 left to go in the game. Kentucky goes back in front. The Wildcats lead Alabama 34-31 here in the fourth quarter.
Performance, it's my job. You need the right technology. You need the right skills. You need the right equipment. You need the right gasoline. And you need the right motor oil. You need to use your 9-iron.
Good thing he can drive.
Cisco says go.
Come on down to Wacky Wireless World. Buy 3 phones, get your 4th for only $1. When you sign up for 96 months of service, it's fabulous. Half off off-peak, double on peak, 89 cents a minute before 5, 109 after 6, and a free shopping bag absolutely free. Wacky Wireless World. Deals so good, they're wacko.
Don't think so, because with Cellular One, it's simple. $35, 150 local minutes. Use them anytime. No smoke, no mirrors, no wires. Cellular One.
From around the Commonwealth, KYT keeps you in touch with the excitement of Kentucky high school football. Friday Night Lights brings you all the hits and highlights of matchups from across the state. For the most comprehensive look at high school football action, turn to Friday Night Lights on 27 News First at 11. Only on KYT, your television home for Kentucky sports.
Hi, John Sullivan. Hard to believe, but the 15th annual Kentucky Open Crappie Tournament is just around the corner. October 25th, Lake Weiss, Alabama. Grand prizes this year, this tracker, boat, motor, and trailer donated by Stokely Marine, and this Polaris ATV donated by Hayden Outdoor Sports. Net proceeds go to Cardinal Hill Hospital. Enter now. Don't forget, October 25th, Lake Weiss, Alabama. Billy Westmoreland and I will see you there.
Join me for the Hal Mummy Show, Saturdays on KYT, your TV home for Kentucky sports.
And it's time now for our Kentucky Utilities power play of the game. And we go with that blocked field goal attempt just a moment ago. Anwar Stewart running it back 66 yards to the end zone.
Rumble, 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 rumble. That big defensive man is rumbling, rumbling. A nice little touch by his little flyby there. Number 4, Little Toward. The lift of this big guy. Rumble, 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 rumble. Just taking this thing in. Unhitch it. A little celebration, a little high five and drop thing. 2 for the stop one. The power play of the day.
And what a feeling that has to be for Anwar Stewart, our Kentucky Utilities power play of the game. And look at this crowd coming to its feet as Kentucky reclaims the lead. Short kick. Picked up here by Chris Horn. Brings it back over the 30-yard line to about the 33. Still time left, 6 minutes, 46 seconds, but Kentucky leads by 3, 34-31. But Derek, as you pointed out to me during the break just a moment ago, now Kentucky has forced the hand of Freddie Kitchens. He's really got to perform right here.
No question. The coaches said they were going back to doing the things they were really comfortable with. That's running the ball. Now with 6 minutes on the clock and you're down by 3 points, Freddie Kitchens has to throw the ball up the field. There's no secret now.
This is Riddle. Little and Ward comes up to knock him down. He brings it up to the 38-yard line.
Well, with 6 minutes on the clock, they're still going to do what they have to do, but still Kentucky has to keep Fred Kitchen in the wraps here where he's throwing the ball away, where he's going into a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. He's not really that comfortable with that thing. He'd rather hand the ball to his outstanding running back.
What an exciting night of football here at Commonwealth Stadium. We've still got 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Alabama and Kentucky. Kentucky leading by 3, 34-31. Riddle, no! The linebacker, Ryan Murphy, right there to stop him. And Murphy, who was so effective in the Indiana game a few weeks ago, comes up with a big stop.
Well, since that emergence of Ryan Murphy in that Indiana game, where he started to play, where they moved Snedeker to inside, moving outside, and now this guy's made some really, really big plays, and nothing exceptional tonight for this.
And Mike DeBose singles for a timeout over at the far side of the field. And now they call it timeout Alabama with 5:35 to go in the game, and Alabama facing a 3rd down and 6 situation at its own 37-yard line.
Well, Alabama hadn't been very successful on 3rd down, so the coach is trying to rally his troops over there and get Freddie Kitchen over there and tell him, this guy, well, this is what we want to do. Just take your time. If you don't get it on the 3rd down, we're going to go for it probably on 4th down, because you won't allow Kentucky to get the ball and run the clock out.
Well, as we look around Commonwealth Stadium, there have been some great crowds here this year. We have the 2nd largest in Commonwealth Stadium history. It is announced at 59,226 as they have jammed in here shoulder to shoulder. 3 of the top 4 crowds in Commonwealth Stadium history have come in 1997. The record crowd was last season to see the Louisville Cardinals, 59,384.
Well, Rob, last night they had counted 168 RVs out there parked last night with anticipation of this game. And folks, I want to tell you, it's been nothing shy of the build-up.
The Wildcats have lost some heartbreakers to Alabama in this stadium. The last time the Tide was here in 1988, a remarkable 4th quarter comeback by Bill Curry's Crimson Tide to beat Jerry Claiborne's team. And Fran Kersey's final year here in 1981. That was quite a comeback in the 2nd half. And the first loss in Commonwealth Stadium history was here in 1973 when Kentucky led 14-0 at halftime. Willie Shelby ran back the 2nd half kickoff to make it 14-7. Alabama went on to win the game 28-14.
Well, with those last 3 games, you would think that destiny would have it as, since Alabama led going into the 3rd quarter, that Kentucky will win this thing. But again, Alabama's a type team that they're going to lay around, wait for you to make mistakes, and then make you pay for it.
Kitchens on 3rd and 6. It's a catch. And it's an Alabama 1st down. Hauled in by number 83. That is Calvin Hall, who has his first catch of the night, the sophomore out of Gallatin, Tennessee. Jeremy Bowie there on the coverage for the Wildcats, but Alabama converts on a big 3rd and 6 situation here just before the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, Calvin Hall went down and really dug that bad boy out there.
1st and 10, Bama at its own 47. The Tide offense stays on the field. Kitchens throwing back to his right, and he throws this one away. Sissom was over there, but he just dumped that one off.
Yeah. Well, that's the maturity of a senior quarterback. You've kind of seen everything, some major dumb plays as a young player there. With DeBose on his face there, a little worry there, but getting back to Kitchen there, just an experienced play. Just throw this thing up in the 1st row. Say, guys, here, you take this one.
Mummy showing a little bit of strain on the Kentucky sideline. He doesn't show much ever as a coach. This is a nail-biter right now with just 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Kentucky leading by 3.
Well, this is old Rock'em Sock'em SEC game here. Although Kentucky has kind of picked its game up by throwing the ball, but where Alabama's concerned on offense, they're going to pitch it right and left.
This is 2nd down and 10. Riddle, throw hole over the 50. And down into Kentucky territory as he just keeps fighting forward all the way to the Wildcat 46.
Oh, these guys they're interchangeable, 3 running backs there. Riddle being the smaller guy, but also 6th in SEC. Alabama's history rushing. Let's take another look at him here. Goes left here. Nice block by Mookie Moore. He's been doing so all night. Also by Rod Rutledge there, tight end number 86. When you see those big guys driving their guys down, a guy like Riddle loves being up in the hole.
And it brings up 3rd down and 2 yards to go as this crowd again comes to its feet. The ball just shy of the Kentucky 45. 3rd and 2. Shamari Buchanan in motion. Riddle pulled on from behind. Lamont Smith, the senior out of Cincinnati, comes up with a big stop. It'll be 4th down coming up for Alabama.
Well, you got Lamont Smith there, senior, who played linebacker last year, wanted to play linebacker this year. Here he just goes down the line. Whoa, no, he's up the middle there. They move him inside there. Outstanding play by Lamont here. Oh, baby. Now.
It's right at the 46-yard line. Call it no gain on the play. It's 4th and 2. On 4th down, Alabama is just 1 of 3 tonight. And a timeout called here to talk things over with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the game, and Freddie Kitchens goes over to the Alabama sideline.
Well, you look at these two teams here. You're looking at George Foreman and Frazier there, you know, just kind of sparring toe-to-toe here, and you're at a point in the game with 3:48 in here. The guy that makes his first down here, in most cases, is going to go on to win this thing, but the delivering blow is about to be dealt here shortly.
What is going through the mind of Hal Mumme? Kentucky with only one victory over the Alabama Crimson Tide. And could Mumme, in his first year as the head coach of the Wildcats, give the Cats their second victory over this tradition-laden team? Be sure to join us every Saturday at noon, the Hal Mumme Show. Derick Ramsey will be along with us right here on the University of Kentucky Football Television Network. That's the Hal Mumme Show, Saturdays. Check your local listing.
Well, he's gotten himself in the history books on the arm of Tim Couch there, but this definitely will secure a place early in his career in Kentucky history where coaches are concerned.
Fourth down, 2 yards to go. Crowd again on its feet. Ball at the Kentucky 46, 3:48 on the clock. Play clock is down to 5 seconds. Kitchens is going to have to call a timeout. That's Alabama's last timeout. Now, Freddie Kitchens, somewhat confused as he came up to the line of scrimmage and looked over the Kentucky defense. Alabama uses its final timeout right here with 3:48 to go.
Well, I think you can also credit that to the 12th man. The fans were just going crazy, and Calvin Hall in the May 3s was walking out Hall. It was almost as if he couldn't hear because he kept looking back at his quarterback, kind of shaking his hands down in disgust. So the 12th man, and of course, a little movement on the defense.
There's the Kentucky sidelines.
Oh, you look at Snedeker there. That's what I like. That's how old quarterbacks are. You know, tape me up, wrap me up, beat me up, but I'm going to get out there and make some things happen there. Sned got that thing wrapped around. That's what a linebacker looks like. With a little dirt on his hand. Let's get it on.
That's Mike Major, Kentucky's defensive coordinator. Been with Hal Mumme a long, long time, and what a job he has done in forming this Kentucky defense.
Well, considering not a very big defensive lineman there, in particular the defensive end, these guys are pretty thin there. But his scheme, you know, is speed, speed, speed. Of course, Marvin Major is guaranteed to win, so let's see what Marvin does here.
Fourth down and 2. Kitchens got it away to the tight end. That's an Alabama first down. The Tide converts again. Rod Rutledge, the big guy, on the receiving end. First and 10 Alabama. It's just shy of the Kentucky 40. Eric Kelly on the stop for the Wildcats.
Well, a nice little bit of play action there. You have to respect those running backs. They've been sticking them up there pretty good. And then just kind of leak that big tight end out there in the flat there. Nice little bit of play action fake. Take another look at it here. Riddle kind of dives up in there. Murphy gets sucked in there. And, of course, number 26, Tremaine, gets beat there a little bit.
From the 41, first and 10 for Alabama as the crowd here quiets now. Kitchens had time, the pass thrown high. And Hall felt that he was interfered with. No call. Little and Ward on the coverage for the Wildcats. Incomplete. It'll bring up second down, 10 yards to go.
Well, most receivers still feel that way. However, with Littleton Ward on this play, anytime the ball's in there, it's just as much the defensive guys as an offensive guy. Here, you know, it's a good pressure by Dele Alli, but they both go strong for the ball here. Both guys in position for the ball. So it's not just the offensive guys you have to back down on.
What a game this has been. I tell you, no matter where you watch college football today, anywhere in this country from coast to coast, you'd be hard-pressed to find a game any more exciting than this one. Second and 10 from the 41. Kitchens under pressure. Down he goes, right at the line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line. Mehmet Ali leading the way. Lee Wesley was also there. Freddie Kitchens under pressure all the way. Gordon Crow also pressuring him. They'll give him a gain of about a yard. It's going to be third and 9.
Good pressure by Dele Alli beating both of these guys. His system and Riddle there. And here he just gets on his horse and go chase him down there. On a nice finish there by Lee Wesley, number 34.
The Tide offense put to the test again. 2:38 left. The clock running. Third down. 9 yards to go. The ball at the Kentucky 40. Kitchens out of the shotgun. Rutledge, the tight end, driven out of bounds here at the near side of the field. Let's see where they'll mark it. At the 34-yard line. It is going to be about 3 to 4 yards shy of a first down. Willie Gary, the man over there to drive him out. And Rutledge comes away from the play limping.
Well, nice little cross buck action there with the halfback. And this guy's made some big plays for him. When it was 4th and short there, he came up with a nice little catch there for a first down. And now he picks up a nice 7 here. Take another quick look here. Nice little move there by Curtis Alexander. He dumps it to the big guy. Now he just turns it upfield at 273. A moving billboard at 6'5", 273.
Now Sean Alexander comes in. Goss comes in. Jackson is in the game. It's 4th down. 4th down and 3 at the 34. Here we go. Sean Alexander fighting for it. Oh, what an effort. I think he got it. The young man out of Boone County High School, David Ginn, had a hold of him, finally got him down. Alabama has come with these 3 backs all night. Curtis Alexander, Dennis Riddle, and Sean Alexander. And this time it is Sean Alexander on 4th and 3.
Well, he wanted to leave a little information here for the Kentucky fans that I was Mr. Kentucky football. And that last effort just said, I can get this thing done, guys. I left you, but I can still get it done here at the University of Alabama. Good mixture of a good running game there. 3 outstanding backs. They make it by 2 footballs here almost. Let's take another quick look at Sean Alexander's effort here. Good pull up by Will Friend, number 68 here. Oh, good block by Mookie Moore. He's been doing this all night. And here's just Sean Alexander with effort, pulling David again, number 44, as he gets up, picks up a first down.
The Tide offense does it again on 4th down. 1st and 10 at the 30. The clock running with 2:10 to go in the game. Kentucky leading 34-31. Curtis Alexander stepping through a hole inside the 25, down close to the 23-yard line before Little and Ward brought him down. The Alabama ground attack continues. We are under 2 minutes. 1:48 on the clock.
Well, Kentucky got back in this game by a blocked field goal. Kentucky's defense now is going to have to step this thing up for the Cats to get this thing slowed down. Because Alabama, they're moving the chains, moving down the field, picking up yards, and the clock consistently runs.
This is the 13th play of the drive. 2nd and 3 at the 23. And push back shy of a first down as blue shirts converge all over. Curtis Alexander, the ball carrier. Marvin Major there. Willie Gary, the safety man, coming up to help out. 20 yards shy, yard and a half short. 109, 108 left to go in the game. Kentucky trying to hang on to a 3-point lead.
Yeah,
3rd down and 1.
Alabama's trying to position themselves in worst-case scenario for a field goal here. They're right about the 22-yard line, so they're trying to get this thing maybe about 5 yards, of course, which would be a first down, but if they have to kick it from here, it's well within the range of Diaz.
And Kitchens trying to get the first down on the quarterback sneak. Remember, Alabama has no timeouts left. Kentucky has 2 remaining. We're down to 40 seconds now. Kentucky has never played an overtime game, but we could very well see one here tonight if Alabama kicks a tying field goal. And it looks like it'll come right here as the clock is running. They're just going to let it run down. Here comes Cunningham. Brian Cunningham, the junior out of Birmingham. It'll be held by Lance Tucker. Tucker will spot it down at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a 38-yard field goal attempt. It is long enough. It is perfect. And we are tied with 8 seconds left on the clock. Brian Cunningham, who kicked one through from 41 yards earlier this evening, has done it again, and he has tied this football game with 8 seconds remaining. Kentucky 34, Alabama 34.
Well, Alabama never lost pride and never lost stride in that long drive. They just executed things very, very well. Never really rushed about it. Picked up first downs when they had to. Kept the clock moving. Kept the chains moving.
All the excitement you could possibly ask for.
Yeah.
Alabama converting. How many times did they convert? 3 times there on that final drive. Must have been about a 15-play drive. They converted at least twice on 4th down. 15 plays, 46 yards. It took 6 minutes, 38 seconds.
Well, that's the sign of a champion. Knowing in the first half, I think they were 1 of 8 on third down attempts. Here in the second half, they were able to take advantage of some fourth down situation and pick up the first down there. A true sign of a champion, never panicking, knowing that regardless, somehow or another, you get this done.
Marvin Love right in the middle of the field, and Diaz, as he has so many times tonight, again will kick off. We're tied 34-34 with only 8 seconds remaining.
Well, you can imagine squib kick because you don't just got to run this thing. Oh.
Boy, he just puts the left foot to it, drills it 5 yards back in the end zone. Marvin Love will not bring it out. 8 seconds on the clock, and a comeback out of the 20-yard line.
Well, I don't know.
He with 2 timeouts, but it would take quite a play, would it not?
Yeah, well, I understand that. However, I don't think I would have given him this opportunity. I would have squibbed that thing and let it bounce around, get some time off that clock here. You know, you can throw this thing up the field, and you get the interference way down the field here and get an easy field goal out of this thing. I don't know. I would have kicked it on the ground.
And Kentucky comes up now. Everybody in tight. Tim Couch goes down on one knee, and we'll have an overtime as the Wildcats here will let it run out. Regulation play will end with a game tied 34-34, and the overtime should be exciting. Dick Gabriel, because both teams will get a chance. Let's get out of the field to Dick.
Rob, here's what happens. They're going to break for 3 minutes now. Then they'll flip the coin. Both teams get a chance to score. They'll put the ball on the 25-yard line. The team that wins the toss, if it takes the ball, gets a chance to get to the end zone, either by field goal or by touchdown. Or if the defense stops it, then the other team gets the ball again on the 25-yard line and has to either match or beat what the previous team did. So if Kentucky wins the toss, scores a touchdown, Bama's got to do the same to win the ball game. If neither team scores, a 1-minute break, they'll line up and do it again. Rob?
Dick, well done. Al Mummy on the near sidelines. This game tied 34-34 at the end of regulation play. We now have a 3-minute break, and then the overtime will begin. It will be the first overtime in Kentucky football history. Let's break away for a moment. Kentucky 34, Alabama 34. We're heading to overtime.
For more than 50 years, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance has been a friend of families all across Kentucky. We serve the people who are the heart of Kentucky. At work, at play, on the farm, or in the city. Through generations, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance is there for you. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. All-around coverage, all around Kentucky.
KYT, celebrating 40 years in touch with Kentucky.
WKYT, in touch with Kentucky, in touch with you.
Wheel of Fortune brings you a taste of the good life from fabulous Beverly Hills.
There's a ratings grabber right there.
See how the other half lives on Wheel of Fortune's Beverly Hills Week.
Weeknights at 7 on WKYT.
And welcome back to Commonwealth Stadium. Regulation play is ended with Kentucky and Alabama tied 34-34. The toss of the coin here at the middle of the field.
Kentucky wins the toss, elects to go on defense. Alabama has selected this end of the field to play on. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line, first down.
Well, that is interesting. The Wildcats electing to go on defense first. Alabama will get the ball. And the tied offense will come back onto the field and again be tested. But, of course, so will Kentucky's defense.
Yeah. Well, everybody's going to get a shot at this thing. It's not a time deal, so just keep reloading if it keeps time after each team scores. So everybody's going to get their fair shot at this thing. Well, I think Kentucky's hopes also is that, well, we can stop these guys from field goal, and surely enough, we can go down and score with us being on the 25-yard line. You see Tremaine Martin kind of rubbing that hamstring. They're still a little tight. They were icing that thing down a little bit earlier. Coach Mummy, Kentucky's first overtime game.
Freddie Kitchens brings them up at the 25. Here at Commonwealth Stadium now shows nothing but 0. Alexander. And good pursuit by the Kentucky defense, led by Jeff Snedeker, to drive Curtis Alexander out of bounds. Flag down on the play. Drop back at the 27-yard line.
Well, somebody sounded like they were tackled out there in this thing. The line of play holding.
Offensive holding against Alabama.
Well, let's see if we can find this thing here. Well, you got a hook there by the tight end. Well, number 83, he kind of holds the guy. You can actually take your choice on this thing. That was real close to a late hit also out there.
The offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
A 10-yard penalty against the Tide. A timeout is added for each team. So Kentucky now has 3 timeouts remaining. Alabama has 1.
And they also have first and 22 to pick up here.
That is moved back now to the 37-yard line. Here's Kitchens throwing long downfield and incomplete. Incomplete in the end zone. He was trying to get it to Calvin Hall. The sophomore receiver, Eric Kelly, was back there with him on the coverage. Hall had his first career touchdown catch last weekend against Southern Mississippi.
Yeah, this is actually a good throw here by Kitchen here. I mean, he just puts it just a little bit over his head because Calvin Hall definitely had his guy there. Had the defensive guy and got away actually a little push there. But he had the secondary guy where he wanted, which is on his hip when you go into the poster to the corner. Yeah, Kentucky ducks a bullet on that one.
Second down, 22 yards to go. Alabama from the Kentucky 37 here in overtime. Kitchens dumps it off to Ed Sissom, and he is hit immediately and dropped by Lee Wesley. Lee Wesley, the sophomore out of Campbellton, Florida. The first time that Ed Sissom has touched the football tonight. He sprained an ankle against Vanderbilt back on September 11th. Saw no action in the Southern Mississippi game. Stop was made at the Kentucky 34. Third down now and 19.
Well, it looks as though Freddie was trying to pad his stats there because Wesley was all over the guy. Gee.
Over the middle, it's caught by Goss. Fumble. Kentucky recovers. Jeremy Bowie recovers the fumble. Freshman out of Tyler, Texas, and it was Tremaine Martin who leveled the hit. And Jeremy Bowie was right there on the spot to recover the fumble. Now the Kentucky offense gets its crack.
Yeah, the beauty of this thing is Alabama's gotten this shot at scoring. Now Kentucky, worst case scenario, they can line up here and kick a field goal. However, I'm sure they're going to try to get the ball in the end zone here. Your defense has come on for 2 huge plays tonight.
From the 25, first and 10 for the Wildcats. Count. And he throws that one away. White was out there on the far side of the field. Kenny Smith applying the pressure. Incomplete at second down and 10 as Couch readjusts his jersey.
You got a quick rush there from the defensive end there. Smart play by Tim. Mature. Not only is he breaking records, but he's also maturing as he goes along here. Heady play.
Second down, 10 for the Wildcat offense from the 25. East trying to pick up a block. Down he goes. Penalty marker goes down as East goes down to the 24-yard line. Let's see what this is. That could be a big, big penalty. Eric Curley and Travis Smith made the stop. It goes against Alabama. Oh, what a big penalty that is.
Yeah, a little face mask action there.
They have a face mask foul against the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
That'll move it down to the 19-yard line.
Well, let's see here. Nice little move here. Craig trying to decide he's going to go back there. Paul Pickens kind of ducks in there. And then...
That's Clint Wagoner, the defensive end. Number 91, the sophomore out of Fairburn, Georgia.
Yeah, he just kind of grabbed and let go there.
It's second and 4.
take a look out here on the outside here again to see what happens out here.
John Schlarman grabbing a jersey there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Paul Pickett there. Yeah.
Going to move it back to the 30-yard line. The second down, 15 yards to go for Kentucky here in this overtime. We're tied, Kentucky 34, Alabama 34. Brian Cunningham tied it up with a field goal with only 8 seconds left in regulation. Couch dumps it off. Over at the far side of the field, on the receiving end was Darren Clark, the tight end. Senior out of Cold Iron, Kentucky. Paul Pickett, the linebacker, brought him down.
Oh, he's just
third down coming up.
Just now trying to get back in field goal position here. Kentucky calls a timeout here, but just trying to position yourself here.
Wildcats will still have 2 timeouts remaining. Third down coming up, and about 11 yards to go for a Kentucky first down. Timeout called by the Wildcats. We're all tied in overtime here at Commonwealth Stadium. Kentucky 34, Alabama 34. A more exciting game you could not possibly ask for. Alabama led by 1 at halftime, 14-13. The lead seesawed back and forth in the second half. Kentucky at one point had a 10-point lead, 27-17. Then give Alabama credit, coming back scoring 14 unanswered points to rocket in front, 31-27. But what an electrifying play. The blocked field goal and the return of 66 yards by Anwar Stewart to give the Wildcats the lead in the fourth quarter, 34-31. Alabama then going down the field in the final minutes and getting a field goal by Brian Cunningham with only 8 seconds left to tie this thing up, 34-34, and that's where we stand right now as Kentucky has possession in overtime, facing third down and 11 here at the Alabama 26. Couch to the air. Caught by Yeast. Touchdown, Kentucky wins.
Well, we got pandemonium here. Couch to Yeast, the touchdown maker. The guy that set a new record for Kentucky, 4 touchdowns. Tied it, as you see, with his sprint, with his dance, with his good move there. This is a turn in Kentucky football history here. Alabama had Kentucky's number for the past 30 or 40 years here, but today the tides have changed.
Oh, what a dramatic ending. Tim Couch to Craig Yeast, 26-yard pass. Kentucky wins it in overtime, 40-34.
Oh, nice start there. Craig Yeast catches this thing, just pitched it in his own. Knows he's free. These are the type things that turn your program around, give these young guys confidence, knowing that they're part of history now. As you see, the fans are just elated. People are taken to the field. This is what Kentucky football has turned to.
A jubilant Tim Couch down on the field, and now the fans beginning to storm the field as they're piling out of the student section. Kentucky has defeated Alabama for only the second time in history. In overtime here tonight, Tim Couch to Craig Yeast on a 26-yard pass. Marcus Spencer had a chance to knock Yeast down at about the 6-yard line, but he couldn't do it. Yeast went on into the end zone, and Kentucky has won it in overtime. And the fans continue to pile down onto the field.
Oh, they're coming from everywhere. Almost if there's a cattle call, just kind of busting their way through this thing. Over the sides, through the gates, out of there. They're coming from everywhere as you look around here. The Kentucky fans are elated. They've long waited for this thing over the past 3 meetings against Alabama. Kentucky would lead in the first half, and then somehow or another the Tide would come storming back in the second half to then rout Kentucky. Not today.
And they continue to pile out of the stands. The state policemen have guarded the goalposts here at both ends of the field, so I got a feeling that those are going to stay up. That's pretty impressive showing down there.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
talk about Heisman candidates. These are the ones that Kentucky has had in the past, and they all go back quite a ways. But Tim Couch is certainly going to get some attention.
Yeah.
Get on to Dick now, who has Craig Yeast.
Tim looked for me. I told him I was going to get open for him. And I got open for him. He hit me with the ball. They missed the tackle, and I just walked in the end zone.
You guys never lost the faith, even when you had injured players. Alabama took the lead. You never lost faith, did you?
Well, we had some tough breaks there going on in the game, but, you know, we stepped up. We made some plays. Our defense played great. They kept getting in the end zone, and we just did our job and got it in for the win.
When it went to overtime, were you confident you could win this game?
Yeah, we knew
use.
Dick, I thought the goalposts were safe, but apparently they are not. As they will come down here at Commonwealth Stadium for the first time in my memory. I don't believe it has ever happened before in the 25-year history of the stadium. And you got to be awfully careful now because those things are so heavy. And you never know just when they're going to come crashing down.
Well, you know, Rob, you said earlier that the goalposts were safe because they had about 10 guys, 10 state patrolmen down there kind of guarding these things. And then all of a sudden, the masses of people, thousands of people saying, we want the pole to come down. And as we look at it, it's leaning, it's tilting, it's coming.
And down it goes at one end of the stadium. I think that one came down safely as best as I can tell. The Kentucky Wildcats have defeated Alabama for only the second time in history. In overtime, a 26-yard touchdown pass from Tim Couch to Craig Yeast wins it in OT for Kentucky. That's our final score. Kentucky 40, Alabama 34. For Dick Gabriel and Derick Ramsey, Rob Bromley saying so long from Commonwealth Stadium.
University of Kentucky Wildcat football has been brought to you by Super America, where we put the engine cleaning power of Injector Guard Plus in every grade of gasoline we sell. We never stop bringing you the best. By Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. By your local Ford dealer, quality people, quality products. By Bank One, whatever it takes. By the UK Healthcare, innovation, education, and dedication. By Citgo Petroleum, just get up and go. Citgo says go. By Purnell's Old Folk Whole Hog Country Sausage, because it's good. And by State Farm Insurance and the State Farm agents throughout Kentucky who support Wildcat football.
By your Heart of Kentucky Chevy Geo dealers. By the Mills Law Office, the name you know, the quality representation you deserve. By Kentucky's Energy Cooperatives, the power of human connection. By Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, it's gotta be Lee's. And by the Quantrell Companies. If you think our cars are nice, you should meet our people.
Experience counts. That's why you can count on 27 News First at 5 on KYT for the clearest, most complete local coverage in central and eastern Kentucky. 27 News First at 5. And for national coverage, count on the most experienced news team in broadcast journalism, the one that millions rely on, the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. 27 News First at 5. And the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather at 6:30. Experience you can trust.
This week, Crime Stoppers is offering a reward.